Throughout history, humanity has sought to understand its origins and past. The emergence of ancient civilizations, the construction of great cities, and the development of human consciousness have been among the most intriguing subjects for historians. However, some ancient stories and myths give us the idea that humanity is much older than recorded history suggests. At the center of these lost history theories lies the continent of Mauve. Mauve was said to be a continent that sank into the depths of the ocean, serving as the center of an advanced civilization, both technologically and culturally. While some believe it to be the cradle of humanity, some scientists and historians consider this idea to be nothing more than a myth. Nevertheless, ancient ruins and old texts found in different parts of the world leave many unanswered questions about whether Mauve truly existed. So, did the continent of Mauve really exist? If so, what kind of civilization was it, and why did it completely disappear? Can traces of Mauve still be found in today's world? On this journey, we will explore one of history's greatest mysteries. Did Mu really exist, or is it just a myth? The continent of Mu raises the question in many minds. Is it a legend or reality? The modern scientific community has not presented concrete geological evidence to support the existence of such a continent. However, ancient texts, stone inscriptions, and myths passed down through history strengthen the idea that this continent may have once existed. The first person to bring Mu into scientific discussion was a British officer named James Churchward. In the late 19th century, while serving in India, Churchward claimed to have studied some ancient inscriptions known as the Nakul tablets. He asserted that these writings described the Mu civilization. According to these tablets, a massive continent existed in the Pacific Ocean, home to an advanced society that was ultimately destroyed by a great catastrophe. However, Churchward's claims were largely regarded as speculative by the scientific community. Historians argued that his accounts were not based on tangible archaeological or geological evidence. So, is the continent of Mu truly just a myth? Or is humanity overlooking a great historical truth while searching for traces of its lost past? James Churchward and the Nakul tablets. The most well-known accounts about Mu were introduced by the British researcher and writer James Churchward. In the late 19th century, while serving in India, Churchward claimed to have discovered ancient inscriptions through a local priest. These inscriptions, known as the Nakul tablets, supposedly contained unknown information about an ancient civilization. According to Churchward, these tablets detailed the history of the continent of Mu. He claimed that Mu was the source of all major civilizations on Earth. Egyptians, Mayans, Indians, and other great cultures were, in fact, descendants of the people of Mu. This continent, he asserted, was swallowed by a great flood and seismic catastrophes, leaving behind only the traces of its migrating people. However, these claims sparked significant controversy in the scientific community. Churchward's inability to provide any physical evidence to prove the authenticity of the Nakul tablets led many scholars to dismiss his theories. Whether the tablets truly existed or were merely a product of Churchward's imagination remains unknown. Despite this, Churchward's narratives popularized the legend of Mu, and his research on the lost continent inspired many researchers and enthusiasts worldwide. But one question remains unanswered. If the Nakul tablets are real, where are they today? The origins of the Mu legend. Where did it come from? The legends surrounding the continent of Mu are not limited to James Churchward's books. Stories of Mu's existence also appear in the mythologies and ancient texts of different cultures. For example, some passages in the Hindu Vedas mention ancient civilizations that were submerged beneath the sea. In Hindu mythology, there are frequent accounts of a great flood that wiped out ancient peoples. Similarly, the sacred book of the Maya civilization, the Popol Vuh, tells of a lost continent that sank and whose people migrated to new lands. Polynesian mythology also contains stories of a great continent that disappeared, with its survivors spreading across the islands. The natives of Easter Island claim that their ancestors came from a vast, distant land. Could these accounts suggest that Mod is more than just a legend, as similar stories are found in different cultures? If so many different sources contain similar narratives, could it be possible that Modas truly existed at some point in history? Other lost continents: Atlantis, Lemuria, and the place of Mu. The continent of Mu is not the only lost continent legend told throughout history. Different cultures have stories of great civilizations that vanished, each with different names, but sharing the same theme. Could this be a coincidence? Or were all these accounts actually fragments of one great lost continent? The legend of Atlantis appeared in Plato's dialogues, describing an advanced civilization that perished in a catastrophe. Plato claimed that Atlantis possessed advanced technology, used great temples and crystal energy sources. However, at some point in history, a massive disaster submerged this civilization beneath the sea. Lemuria, on the other hand, was a theory proposed by some scientists in the 19th century. It was believed that Lemuria was located in the Indian Ocean, and that Madagascar, India, and Indonesia were once part of a larger landmass. However, some mystical sources claimed that Lemuria was actually one of the spiritual colonies of Mu. This leads to a much more intriguing theory. Could Mu, Atlantis, and Lemuria actually be different parts of the same great civilization? Some occultists and secret societies argue that these three continents were chosen as spiritual centers to elevate humanity's consciousness. According to them, Mu was the center of spiritual wisdom. Atlantis had reached the peak of science and technology. Lemuria was a civilization that lived in harmony with nature. But then, something happened. In prehistoric times, the world was shaken by a great catastrophe. The sky turned crimson, giant waves swallowed the shores, and fire rained from the heavens. Atlantis, Mu, and Lemuria sank one after another, as if the gods had intended to erase them from existence. Some occult sources claim that the destruction of these continents was not purely due to natural disasters. They had engaged in a great spiritual war. The sages of Mu tried to protect the world using their spiritual powers, but the scientists of Atlantis tampered with crystal energy, disrupting the cosmic balance. In the aftermath of this war, all three continents vanished, leaving behind only the traces of their migrating people. Now let us consider for a moment, if Mu, Atlantis, and Lemuria truly existed as separate continents, could their descendants still be alive today? Some theorists believe that the descendants of Mu migrated to the Pacific Islands. The survivors of Atlantis settled in America and Europe, and the people of Lemuria moved to India and Tibet. There is even a more intriguing claim. Could some secret organizations and powerful families that control the world today be the descendants of these lost civilizations? And if that is true, could they still be using ancient knowledge? The answers to these questions may be buried deep within history, but one thing is certain. If Mu, Atlantis, and Lemuria truly existed, their legacy is still with us. The geographic location of Mu. Where was it located? To prove the existence of a continent, we must first determine where it was located. However, one of the greatest mysteries of Mu is that it left no trace on any map. According to James Churchward's accounts, Mu was situated at the center of the Pacific Ocean, covering a vast region that included present-day Hawaii, Fiji, and Easter Island. He described Mu as a massive continent with thousands of kilometers of fertile land, and the Pacific Islands were the last remnants of this continent that remained above water. But there is a problem. Modern science has found no geological evidence that such a large landmass ever existed in the Pacific Ocean. The ocean floor is largely covered with ancient volcanic formations and massive trench areas. If such a continent did exist, it would have had to sink entirely to the bottom of the ocean. Yet, there is a strange detail in the depths of the Pacific Ocean. There are remains of structures that are too large and too organized to be explained by ordinary geological formations. Off the coast of Japan, the Yonaguni Monument consists of massive stone steps cut at sharp angles, which do not appear to be a natural formation. Some ocean researchers believe that the remains of ancient cities from Mu may still be hidden on the ocean floor. But the biggest question is this: if Mu sank into the ocean thousands of years ago, why do islands that supposedly carried its traces still remain above the surface? At this point, we need to turn to the legends of ancient indigenous peoples. The native Polynesian people of Hawaii believed that their ancestors came from a great lost continent. The Fijian natives told stories of a time when they had a much larger landmass. The inhabitants of Easter Island claimed that their ancestors were descendants of an advanced people known as the Long Ears. All these accounts deepen the question of whether Mu truly existed. If Mu was destroyed by a great catastrophe in an unknown period of history, could its surviving people still carry its legacy? And most importantly, if Mu was truly lost, could its traces still be found in today's world? The disappearance of Mu. The disappearance of a civilization is just as shrouded in mystery as its birth. Whether or not the continent of Mu truly existed, there are many theories about how it may have vanished. If Mu really existed, why did it disappear completely? According to James Churchward's accounts based on the Nazarethal tablets, Mu was destroyed by a great natural disaster. The tablets contained phrases such as, "The earth's crust cracked, fire rained from the sky, and great waves swallowed the city." This description suggests a massive volcanic eruption, earthquakes, and the devastating tsunamis that followed. The intriguing part is that many mythologies around the world describe a similar great catastrophe. Hindu Vedas mention a great flood and the destruction of a civilization. The Maya Popol Vuh epic tells of ancestors who came from a land that was submerged under great waters. Norse mythology speaks of Ragnarok, a great cataclysm that changed the order of the world. Ancient Chinese records describe an event in the past referred to as a solar explosion or a great fire in the sky. If all these accounts describe the same global event, could Mu have truly been destroyed by a worldwide catastrophe? Some scientists suggest that around 12,000 years ago, as the Ice Age ended, rising sea levels submerged many coastal regions worldwide. If Mu existed during this period, could it have been completely swallowed by the ocean due to global warming and rising waters? However, some researchers believe that Mu's disappearance cannot be explained solely by natural disasters. Certain ancient occult texts claim that Mu was the victim of a great energy war. Esoteric sources describe Mu as a civilization that possessed highly advanced knowledge and mystical powers. It is said that they communicated through telepathy, generated energy using crystals, and utilized the full capacity of the human mind. But one day, they misused this knowledge. Mu's greatest sages claim to have made contact with cosmic beings they referred to as gods. However, some believe that these entities were actually highly intelligent creatures seeking to control the world. According to legends, Mu's priests created a powerful energy barrier to protect their people from this threat. However, the scientists of Atlantis allegedly collaborated with these cosmic beings and began using their technology. The result, a battle for power began. In the end, Mu was completely destroyed. Yet, one question remains. If Mu was truly wiped out due to a great energy war, could there still be those who secretly use its knowledge today? And more importantly, were there any survivors after Mu's destruction? Some theories suggest that Mu's sages managed to escape the catastrophe and spread across the world, preserving their knowledge. Could traces of Mu be found in secret monasteries in Tibet, the pyramids of Egypt, or the temples of South America? If Mu's end was not just a natural disaster, but a war over knowledge, could that war still be ongoing today? The people of Mu, survivors and migration stories. A civilization may disappear, but can its people, traces, and legacy be completely erased? Although the continent of Mu is said to have been completely submerged, many theories suggest that its people did not vanish. According to these theories, priests and sages who foresaw the impending catastrophe led their people to safety by migrating to different parts of the world. If this is true, could the descendants of Mu still be among us today? Ancient cultures and the traces of Mu after Mu's destruction. Many theories suggest that the survivors migrated to different continents, but which civilizations did these migrants influence? Egypt. Could the architecture of the Egyptian pyramids and the temples in Giza resemble the temples of Mu? Did the ancient Egyptians receive their wisdom from great teachers who came from Mu? South America. Maya and Inca mythology speaks of wise beings with white skin and tall stature who came from across the seas. According to their legends, these beings arrived after a great flood, bringing their knowledge to new generations. Tibet. Some manuscripts in Tibetan monasteries are said to contain the lost knowledge of Mu. Some occult sources even claim that certain monks in Tibet still know how to harness Mu's energy. India. Hindu mythology describes an ancient continent that was submerged beneath the ocean. Sanskrit texts mention wise individuals from a civilization reminiscent of Mu, who later settled in India. Easter Island. The people who built the Mu statues on Easter Island have stories about their ancestors coming from a vast lost continent. If Mu truly existed and its people managed to escape before its destruction, could their descendants still be shaping the world today? Who were the migrating people of Mu? Some historians believe that the indigenous peoples of the Pacific and Indian Oceans may be the descendants of Mu. It has been suggested that the populations of Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia may have a distinct genetic heritage linked to this lost civilization. But here comes an even more striking theory. According to esoteric sources, the survivors of Mu did not just migrate physically, they also preserved their knowledge through secret societies. Some occultists claim that Mu's most enlightened priests carried their ancient teachings into hidden brotherhoods and esoteric groups that have passed them down through generations. And this raises a major question. If the knowledge of Mu has survived, who possesses it? The lost knowledge of Mu and secret societies. Some researchers suggest that the wisdom of Mu is still safeguarded by certain secret organizations today. The Knights Templar, were they a group searching for Mu's energy and lost wisdom? Illuminati and esoteric orders, is Mu's ancient spiritual knowledge in the hands of elite families? Tibetan monks and hidden monasteries, do selected individuals still know how to harness Mu's energy? If Mu's sages truly spread across the world, could their teachings still be protected by powerful groups, even today? And if so, are we being prevented from accessing this knowledge? The mysteries only deepen. The mysterious powers of Mu people, telepathy, spiritual connections, and ancient wisdom Were the people of Mu an ordinary society, or were they a civilization that pushed the limits of human mind and spiritual power? Throughout history, many cultures have told stories of lost wisdom and ancient civilizations with extraordinary abilities. One of the most intriguing claims is that the people of Mu communicated telepathically, healed through energy, and achieved an unparalleled level of spiritual development. If this is true, could the wisdom of Mu still be preserved somewhere today? The priests of Mu, masters of mental powers. James Churchward claimed that the Knuckle tablets spoke of the priests of Mu. According to him, the most enlightened figures of Mu were not only deeply connected to the physical world, but also to the spiritual realm. These priests were said to have the ability to communicate through the mind, channel energy, and connect with the forces of nature. Telepathy. It is said that the people of Mu could communicate without using spoken language, transmitting thoughts directly through the mind. Could this be an advanced psychic ability, comparable to modern telepathic experiments? Energy manipulation. Mu's priests were believed to be able to direct energy flow through their hands, using it for healing. Could today's Reiki and pranic healing techniques be remnants of this ancient knowledge? Astral travel and spiritual exploration. Some esoteric teachings suggest that the people of Mu could leave their bodies and travel through spiritual dimensions. If true, did the Mu civilization possess knowledge beyond the known laws of physics? But the real question is, if Mu's sages truly had these powers, why were they unable to save themselves and their continent? Did Mu's wisdom survive to the present? Many esoteric sources claim that Mu's secret wisdom has been preserved through the ages. But how was this knowledge safeguarded? Tibetan monasteries. Some hidden teachings in Tibet are said to be based on ancient knowledge from Mu. There are even accounts that certain monks possess the ability to move objects with their minds. The secret knowledge of ancient Egypt. Could Hermetic philosophy in Egypt be an extension of Mu's teachings? Some texts suggest that temple priests in Egypt also mastered telepathy and energy manipulation. The lost manuscripts and secret societies. Some theorists believe that Mu's sages preserved all their teachings through sacred books, stone tablets, and esoteric writings. But is this knowledge accessible only to a select few? Here, an interesting theory emerges. Some occult researchers believe that the last sages of Mu deliberately hid this knowledge from most of humanity. According to them, this ancient wisdom remains in the hands of certain groups and is revealed only to those who are ready. If this is true, are we somehow being prevented from accessing this knowledge? Who uses the legacy of Mu? Who might be using the ancient knowledge of Mu today? Secret societies. Could groups like the Knights Templar and the Illuminati be safeguarding the lost wisdom of Mu? Elite families. Some theories suggest that the ruling elite of the world have preserved this knowledge to maintain their power. Modern science. Have the secrets of Mu been transformed into today's technology? Could parallel universes, quantum physics, and energy fields be connected to Mu's ancient knowledge? What if the sages of Mu return? If the descendants of Mu's people are still among us, are they trying to help humanity, or are they continuing to hide this knowledge? At this point, some researchers propose a much more radical theory. Could the sages of Mu be reincarnating in human form today? Some spiritual teachers and meditation masters claim to be ancient souls who remember the lost spiritual wisdom of Mu. If this is true, are the people of Mu returning to remind humanity of the knowledge it has forgotten? All these questions make us wonder whether Mu is merely a legend or part of a much greater secret. And if the wisdom of Mu truly returns, the world may never be the same again. The lost technologies of Mu, crystal energy, and advanced engineering. Many people believe that ancient civilizations were primitive societies that only used stone and simple tools. However, the legends of the continent of Mu describe a much more advanced technology. Could an advanced civilization have truly existed thousands of years ago? If so, what technologies did the people of Mer use? And more importantly, could these technologies still be secretly preserved today? The use of crystal energy in Mer, one of the greatest mysteries of Mer, is said to be its ability to generate energy through crystals. According to esoteric texts, the people of Mer used massive crystals to produce energy, which they applied in their daily lives. The power of crystals. Ancient texts describe how Mer harnessed crystal energy to build great pyramids and temples. This energy source was entirely different from anything known in the modern world. Telepathic and spiritual applications. Crystals were not only used for energy production, but also to enhance telepathic connections, provide healing, and balance the atmosphere. The Atlantis connection. Some researchers believe that Atlantis also used crystal energy, and that this knowledge originally came from Mer. But how did this crystal energy work? Some claims suggest that the people of Mer developed special crystals capable of creating resonance fields that aligned with the Earth's energies. These crystals could generate immense energy by harnessing sunlight and geomagnetic forces. However, one day, this technology fell into the wrong hands. The energy catastrophe of Mer, the misuse of power. Many occult sources suggest that Mer was destroyed due to the misuse of its energy sources. According to these theories, Mer's priests sought to maintain balance by using energy harmoniously with nature. However, some powerful factions began using crystals for warfare. The balance was disrupted, and uncontrollable energetic storms emerged across the world. The result, a massive energy explosion occurred, and the continent of Mer was completely submerged beneath the ocean. Some esoteric teachings claim that Mer's energy is still active in specific locations around the world. Could places like Tibet, Egypt, the Maya temples, and Stonehenge still hold remnants of this energy? If Mer's crystal technology was truly this powerful, could this knowledge still be secretly in use today? Some theories suggest that modern technological projects and experiments are based on Mer's lost crystal knowledge. HARP and electromagnetic research. Could modern science have rediscovered Mer's ability to control weather phenomena? Tesla's wireless energy projects. The famous scientist Nikola Tesla worked on the idea of generating unlimited energy through crystals. Could this be a rediscovery of Mer's lost knowledge, lost crystals, and hidden knowledge? Some theories propose that Mer's crystal technologies are still kept secret and known only to certain elite groups. The structures and architecture of Mer. The people of Mer were not only energy masters, but also incredible builders. Yonaguni Monument. Could the massive underwater stone steps found off the coast of Japan be remnants of Mer's architecture? Easter Island Mer. Aya statues. Some researchers believe that the people of Mer used telekinesis or acoustic resonance to move these giant stones. Nan Madol. How was this ancient city built in the middle of the ocean, in Micronesia? If Mer possessed such advanced engineering knowledge, could we still be using some of its principles today? And even more intriguingly, if Mer's lost crystal knowledge is rediscovered, how would our world change? Mo and Atlantis, the connection between two lost continents. The existence of the continent of Mo has been one of history's greatest mysteries. However, another lost continent is often mentioned alongside it. Atlantis. Plato's dialogues describe Atlantis as an advanced civilization that was ultimately destroyed by the gods due to its arrogance. Some researchers, however, believe that Mo and Atlantis were actually connected. If this is true, what was the relationship between these two continents? And more importantly, could the destruction of Atlantis have accelerated the downfall of Mo? Did Mo create Atlantis? James Churchward and other esoteric researchers claimed that Mo was the first great civilization of humanity. However, An intriguing theory suggests that the sages of Mo created Atlantis. Mo's priests sent their students to different regions to spread their knowledge across the world. Atlantis inherited Mo's advanced engineering and energy knowledge, establishing a new empire. However, the people of Atlantis began to misuse this power for selfish purposes. According to some occult sources, the scientists of Atlantis attempted to weaponize Mo's energy. And this is where the great tragedy begins. The Great War between Atlantis and Mo. Occult texts describe a major conflict between Atlantis and Mo. Mo sought to preserve spiritual balance. Atlantis aimed to use crystal technology for warfare. This disagreement led to an energy war between the two civilizations. Some theories suggest that this war ultimately resulted in the catastrophic destruction of Mo. However, Atlantis did not escape a similar fate and was eventually swallowed by the sea as well. Could these accounts be true? Modern science has not yet confirmed the exact location of Atlantis, but some underwater structures suggest that it may have once existed. If Mo and Atlantis truly fought a war, could remnants of that war still be hidden somewhere? The ancient knowledge of Mo and Atlantis. Some ancient texts claim that the sages of Mo and Atlantis survived and continued to guide humanity. The sages of Egypt. Could the priests of ancient Egypt have been trained by migrants from Mo and Atlantis? Secret brotherhoods. Could certain esoteric groups be safeguarding the knowledge of Mo and Atlantis? Extraterrestrial connections. Occult teachings suggest that these ancient civilizations communicated with cosmic beings. Did Mo and Atlantis seal their own fate, or were they destroyed by another force? The answer to this question may have been hidden for thousands of years. The ancient symbols and codes of Mo. There are no written records that can definitively prove the existence of the continent of Mo. However, could similar symbols and motifs found in different cultures across the world be carrying traces of Mo to this day? Some researchers suggest that the knowledge of Mo was encrypted and can only be understood by those who are ready. If this is true, who are the individuals capable of reading the traces left by Mo? And more importantly, are these ancient symbols hiding a great secret? The universal language of Mo, the Nakul inscriptions. James Churchward named Mo's lost language Nakul. Was the Nakul language a universal alphabet? Some theorists believe that this language was encoded with geometric symbols and energy frequencies. Have similar inscriptions been found in ancient civilizations? Egyptian hieroglyphs, Mayan glyphs, mystical symbols in the Hindu Vedas. Could these share similarities with the Nakul language, the Rongorongo script of Easter Island? Could these writings be the forgotten alphabet of Mu? If Mu's language truly influenced the writing systems of ancient civilizations, could this knowledge still be preserved somewhere today? Mu's symbols in ancient temples. Could the symbols on the walls of ancient temples provide clues in the search for Mu's traces? Unsolved markings in the Egyptian pyramids, symbols at Göbekli Tepe, and their possible connection to Mu. Hidden codes within the Mayan pyramids, ancient mandalas in India. Could all these signs be pointing toward the same lost civilization? Some theories suggest that the sages of Mu left these symbols for future generations to discover. However, unlocking these codes requires humanity to reach a certain level of consciousness. Are we ready for that level of understanding? Is Mu's symbolism still hidden in the modern world? Some researchers believe that Mu's symbols are still secretly used by hidden societies today. Secret brotherhoods. Could organizations such as the Knights Templar, Freemasons, and other esoteric societies be preserving the knowledge of Mu? Religious symbols. Have the traces of Mu been unknowingly preserved within major religions? Astronomy and cosmic codes. Did Mu have a connection to the stars? Were its temples aligned with specific celestial points? If the sages of Mu attempted to transmit their ancient knowledge through symbols, have we misunderstood their messages? And if these symbols truly contain a message, it means we are still trying to unlock the true legacy of Mu. Mysterious rituals and spiritual teachings of Mo. The continent of Mo is known not only for its advanced technology and lost knowledge, but also for its profound spiritual teachings. According to some esoteric sources, the people of Mo had unraveled the mysteries of the universe, developed their spiritual consciousness, and lived in perfect harmony with nature. But did these teachings disappear entirely with the fall of Mo, or did they survive through secret societies and ancient traditions, reaching us today? The universal wisdom and cosmic philosophy of Mo. The priests of Mo were great sages who sought to understand the nature of the universe and the human soul. One universe, one consciousness. Mo's teachings held that everything was part of a universal energy, the human mind and spiritual abilities. The people of Mo were said to have possessed advanced mental capabilities, including telepathy, astral travel, and energy manipulation. Life after death. The priests of Mo taught that the soul never truly perished, and death was merely a transition. These teachings can be found today in Tibetan Buddhism, Vedic philosophy, and Western esoteric traditions. If the sages of Mo preserved this ancient wisdom, could their teachings still be safeguarded by certain groups today? The mysterious rituals of Mo. The daily life of Mo's people was centered around living in harmony with the energies of the universe. Crystal rituals. Crystals were used to align energy centers and connect with nature. The use of sound and frequency. The priests of Mo were said to have used specific sounds and mantras to elevate their spiritual energy. Sun worship ceremonies. The people of Mo regarded the sun as a sacred energy source and performed special rituals in its honor. Water ceremonies. The ocean was believed to be the key to spiritual purification and higher consciousness. Could some of these rituals still be practiced today by ancient tribes, mystical teachings, and spiritual communities? Where are Mo's teachings preserved today? Did the spiritual knowledge of Mo truly vanish? Or do we simply know it by different names? Himalayan monasteries. Some Buddhist monks in Tibet are said to possess the ancient wisdom of Mo, Maya, and Inca temples. Some indigenous groups in South America are believed to have secretly preserved Mo's teachings. Ancient secret societies. Certain esoteric groups claim that the knowledge of Mo is only revealed to those who are ready. And what about us? If Mo's rituals truly hold a key, could this ancient knowledge transform human consciousness? And if we learn to use this knowledge correctly, could we rediscover the lost legacy of Mo? Mysterious rituals and spiritual teachings of Mo. The continent of Mo is known not only for its advanced technology and lost knowledge, but also for its profound spiritual teachings. According to some esoteric sources, the people of Mo had unraveled the mysteries of the universe, developed their spiritual consciousness, and lived in perfect harmony with nature. But did these teachings disappear entirely with the fall of Mo, or did they survive through secret societies and ancient traditions, reaching us today? The universal wisdom and cosmic philosophy of Mo. The priests of Mo were great sages who sought to understand the nature of the universe and the human soul. One universe, one consciousness. Mo's teachings held that everything was part of a universal energy, the human mind and spiritual abilities. The people of Mo were said to have possessed advanced mental capabilities, including telepathy, astral travel, and energy manipulation. Life after death. The priests of Mo taught that the soul never truly perished, and death was merely a transition. These teachings can be found today In Tibetan Buddhism, Vedic philosophy, and Western esoteric traditions, if the sages of Mo preserved this ancient wisdom, could their teachings still be safeguarded by certain groups today? The mysterious rituals of Mo. The daily life of Mo's people was centered around living in harmony with the energies of the universe. Crystal rituals. Crystals were used to align energy centers and connect with nature. The use of sound and frequency. The priests of Mo were said to have used specific sounds and mantras to elevate their spiritual energy. Sun worship ceremonies. The people of Mo regarded the sun as a sacred energy source and performed special rituals in its honor. Water ceremonies. The ocean was believed to be the key to spiritual purification and higher consciousness. Could some of these rituals still be practiced today by ancient tribes, mystical teachings, and spiritual communities? Where are Mo's teachings preserved today? Did the spiritual knowledge of Mo truly vanish? Or do we simply know it by different names? Himalayan monasteries. Some Buddhist monks in Tibet are said to possess the ancient wisdom of Mo, Maya, and Inca temples. Some indigenous groups in South America are believed to have secretly preserved Mo's teachings. Ancient secret societies. Certain esoteric groups claim that the knowledge of Mo is only revealed to those who are ready. And what about us? If Mo's rituals truly hold a key, could this ancient knowledge transform human consciousness? And if we learn to use this knowledge correctly, could we rediscover the lost legacy of Mo? The lost libraries of Mo and hidden knowledge. The greatest treasure of the continent of Mo was not just its temples, pyramids, or energy. Its true legacy lay in its vast repository of ancient wisdom and knowledge about the secrets of the universe. This knowledge was not only meant to enhance daily life, but also to guide human spiritual development, harmonization with the cosmos, and attainment of higher states of consciousness. The scholars and priests of Mo did not rely solely on oral tradition to pass down their wisdom. They also created special inscriptions and libraries to preserve their teachings. However, with the fall of Mo, the fate of these sacred archives became uncertain. Some of these texts may have been lost, while others might have been deliberately hidden. Did Mo's lost libraries truly exist? If so, how did their knowledge survive into the present day? Some sources suggest that Mo's books of wisdom were carried to the regions where its people migrated, later being preserved and reinterpreted by different civilizations. Could the cosmic knowledge found in ancient Egypt, Tibet, the Hindu Vedas, and Maya writings be remnants of Mo's hidden legacy? One of the most significant texts said to have originated from Mo was the Nacl tablets, which James Churchward claimed to have discovered. These stone inscriptions supposedly recounted the history of Mo. However, their authenticity was never proven. If they truly existed, where might they be hidden today? Certain esoteric teachings propose that the sages of Mo left behind not just physical records, but also encoded knowledge within human consciousness. According to this view, those who reach the right frequency of awareness can intuitively recall this ancient wisdom. If the knowledge of Mo is indeed concealed somewhere, uncovering it may not only depend on archaeological discoveries, but also on the elevation of human consciousness. The architecture of Mu and its mysterious structures. In the search for traces of the continent of Mu, one of the most significant clues lies in the structures it may have left behind. If Mu truly existed, its architecture could not have been limited to ordinary stone buildings. Its engineering must have been based on a system that not only interacted with the physical world, but also aligned with spiritual and cosmic energies. The priests and scholars of Mu may have studied the forces of nature in great detail, using Earth's magnetic fields, the positions of the stars and vibrational energies to construct temples, pyramids, and sacred sites. These structures were not just places of worship, but also centers designed to interact with human consciousness, transform it, and elevate it to higher states. Though this knowledge appears to have been lost over time, could there still be structures in the world today that preserve Mu's architectural legacy? In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, massive stone formations known as the Yonaguni Monument were discovered off the coast of Japan. Researchers have debated for years whether these stepped platforms were natural or man-made. But if nature created such a perfectly symmetrical structure, wouldn't that be a mystery in itself? And if it was human-made, could it be the remains of a city from Mu? Similarly, Nan Madol in Micronesia appears to be a city rising from the waters, built from enormous stone blocks. How did its builders transport such massive stones? Even today, scientists cannot fully explain how this structure was constructed. Could the precisely interlocked stones, assembled without mortar, be evidence of Mu's lost construction technology? On Easter Island, the towering Moai statues gaze toward the sky. However, what is visible on the surface is only a small portion of their actual size. Excavations have revealed that the statues continue underground, their faces turned toward the ocean. These stone giants seem to preserve the memory of a lost continent. Perhaps they are silent witnesses to the fall of Mu. An even greater mystery lies in the existence of two architectural styles that appear on opposite sides of the world: the pyramids of Egypt and Mesoamerica. The Giza pyramids in Egypt and the Teotihuacan and Chichen Itza temples in the Maya world share remarkable similarities, despite being separated by thousands of kilometers. Was this merely a coincidence? Or could it be evidence that the knowledge of construction was carried to different regions by people who had once lived in Mu? If the people of Mu truly understood the laws of nature and the universe, could that knowledge have been completely lost? Or are we still unknowingly using the legacy they left behind? And if we unlock the true secrets of these structures, could we rediscover the lost wisdom of Mu? Mu's and cosmic connections. A gateway to the stars was the continent of Mu, merely a terrestrial civilization? Or did its origins stretch far beyond, perhaps even to the stars? Throughout history, ancient civilizations have shown deep reverence for the heavens and the stars. The pyramids of Egypt were aligned with the Orion constellation. The Mayan priests meticulously tracked the cycles of Venus. Tibetan spiritual teachings described the human soul as having a celestial origin. If Mu was truly humanity's first great civilization, then its connection to the stars was inevitable. Some esoteric sources claim that Mu's priests studied the mysteries of the universe by observing the heavens, calculating the movements of stars, and communicating with cosmic beings. They did not build their temples and cities randomly, but aligned them perfectly with specific star systems. This raises a major question. Why was the people of Mu so deeply focused on the stars? Could it be that Mu was not just an earthly civilization, but the first representation of extraterrestrial knowledge on Earth? The sages from the stars and Mu's cosmic legacy. Certain ancient texts are said to contain hidden references to humanity's extraterrestrial origins. Egyptian, Sumerian, and Hindu mythologies speak of gods who descended from the sky, bringing knowledge to humanity. The people of Mu believed that the human body was merely a temporary form, and that the soul originally came from the stars. According to their teachings, the purpose of human existence was not just to live and die, but to expand consciousness and reintegrate into the great cosmic cycle. Even today, modern spiritual movements frequently explore themes such as reincarnation, spiritual evolution, and higher consciousness. Could these ideas be echoes of Mu's lost wisdom? Some esoteric researchers suggest that the priests of Mu may have been in contact with beings from the stars. According to this theory, these ancient sages used their mental and spiritual abilities to communicate with otherworldly intelligences, leaving behind a vast legacy of knowledge for humanity. But was this knowledge lost over time, or was it preserved by a select few? Mu's alignment with the sky, cosmic engineering. Even today, some ancient structures and temples in the Pacific Ocean are found to be aligned with specific constellations. If the people of Mu were merely focused on earthly concerns, why did they devote so much effort to studying the stars and positioning their structures accordingly? The Mosai statues of Easter Island stand with their backs to the land and their faces toward the ocean horizon. Some researchers believe these statues actually point towards specific stars. According to this theory, the Mosai were not just monuments to ancestors but cosmic markers representing Mu's connection to the stars. Another mysterious site, the Yonaguni Monument off the coast of Japan, lies beneath the ocean. This massive step-like structure has lines and angles too precise to be a natural formation. If this monument was once part of a city or temple in Mu, what celestial significance did it hold? Mu's architectural principles were not merely about aesthetics or functionality. These structures were said to act as energy centers. Modern studies have shown that some ancient temples were built in alignment with the Earth's magnetic fields. Did the people of Mu use this knowledge to construct buildings that could regulate energy flow, influence consciousness, and perhaps even capture frequencies from the stars? If so, are we still trying to decode the secrets of this cosmic engineering? Did Mu's cosmic teachings survive to the present? Mu's deep connection to the sky may not have been limited to astronomical observations. Their wisdom may have been part of a greater legacy from beyond the Earth. Today, some esoteric teachings suggest that humanity has extraterrestrial origins and that our souls come from a cosmic source. Could the roots of these teachings trace back to Mu's ancient connection with the stars? If the people of Mu were truly bearers of cosmic knowledge, where is this information being kept today? And if one day we rediscover this knowledge, will humanity be ready to return to the stars? The hidden codes left by Mu. The continent of Mu may not have been just a lost civilization. It could have been a culture that transmitted ancient knowledge to humanity. However, this knowledge may not have been left openly for everyone to access. Perhaps the sages of Mu encoded their teachings for the future, believing that only those who were ready could decipher them. If Mu truly existed and left a great legacy for humanity, where is it? Some researchers claim that the wisdom of Mu has survived through symbols, codes, and mystical teachings. It is believed that traces of Mu's knowledge can still be found in ancient temples, pyramids, inscriptions, and religious rituals around the world. But to understand these codes, we must first decode Mu's language, symbols, and ancient teachings. Mu's symbolism and traces in ancient languages. Could the people of Mu have preserved their knowledge, not only physically, but also through a spiritual system? Throughout history, many ancient civilizations have placed great importance on geometric patterns, sacred symbols, and specific numerical systems. For example, Egyptian hieroglyphs. Could they be connected to Mu's universal language? Mayan glyphs were their astrological calendars, a transmission of knowledge from Mu. Sanskrit inscriptions, Vedic texts, mention a land swallowed by the sea. Could this be a clue left by Mu? Unlike known alphabets, was Mu's language based on a system of energies and frequencies? If so, could traces of this language still exist in the world today? Some researchers believe that carvings on ancient temples, inscriptions on pyramids, and lost languages actually contain Mu's symbols. If these symbols are truly codes left by Mu, could deciphering them mark the beginning of a new era for humanity? Mu's mathematical and geometric codes Mu's wisdom may have been preserved not only through language, but also through mathematical and geometric systems. Today, concepts such as the golden ratio, sacred geometry, and frequency mathematics are considered the fundamental structures of the universe. Some researchers propose that this knowledge originated from Mu, and that its people used mathematics to understand the cosmos. The engineers and priests of Mu may have believed that numbers were not just for calculations, but for channeling universal energy. Are the proportions in pyramid construction a reflection of Mu's ancient knowledge? Was there a link between crystal energy and numerical frequencies? Were Mu's lost teachings encoded in the Fibonacci sequence or Plato's sacred geometry? If we can decipher the codes left by Mu, how could this knowledge transform modern science and technology? Hidden messages in Mu's rituals. The sages of Mu may have encoded their knowledge not only in stones and inscriptions, but also in rituals and traditions. Could the sound frequencies, meditation techniques, and energy practices found in modern spiritual teachings be remnants of Mu's lost wisdom? The people of Mu were said to communicate telepathically and direct spiritual energy. If this was true, could today's spiritual teachings be the conscious or unconscious inheritors of Mu's knowledge? Are ancient societies still preserving Mu's traditions, knowingly or unknowingly? Do the harmonic chants used by Tibetan monks originate from Mu's sound frequencies? Do the star symbols found in Masonic traditions point to Mu's celestial knowledge? Do ancient divination methods contain encrypted messages from Mu? If these rituals have their roots in Mu, rediscovering them could mean reclaiming lost wisdom. Is it possible to decipher the codes left by Mu? If the people of Mu truly left behind a code, could it be embedded not only in stones and scriptures, but also within human consciousness? Some esoteric teachings suggest that Mu's legacy can still be accessed through collective consciousness. According to these ideas, those who think on the right frequency, practice the right rituals, and elevate their awareness can tap into this lost knowledge. If this is true, do we need to open our minds to a different level of perception in order to remember Mu's wisdom? And if one day these codes are fully unlocked, could humanity begin rebuilding the lost knowledge of Mu? Modern evidence that Mu may have been real. For centuries, the continent of Mu has been debated as a subject caught between mythology and history. Some researchers dismiss it as a legend, while others believe it was humanity's first great civilization. But if it once existed, why haven't we found definitive proof of it today? Although modern science has not confirmed Mu's existence, various archaeological structures, ancient texts, and geological discoveries suggest that it may have been real. If a great landmass truly sank into the ocean, could traces of its destruction still be found? Many lost civilizations were once considered mere myths, until evidence proved their reality. Troy was thought to be fictional, until excavations uncovered the ruins of the city described by Homer. Similarly, the discovery of the Egyptian pyramids, the Nazca lines, and Göbekli Tepe forced historians to rethink humanity's known history. Could the same be true for Mu? While it may be considered a legend today, could a major discovery in the future confirm its existence? Physical remains of Mu, mysteries beneath the ocean. If Mu truly existed as a continent, it is said to have been destroyed in a cataclysm, sinking beneath the ocean. This makes uncovering its remains incredibly difficult. However, anomalies and unusual formations have been discovered on the floor of the Pacific Ocean. One of the most debated sites is the Yonaguni Monument off the coast of Japan. This underwater structure features massive step platforms and geometric shapes. Some believe it is a natural formation, while others argue that it could be an ancient city from Mu. If the latter is true, Could this site be the first physical proof of Mu's existence? Another intriguing location is Nan Madol in the Pacific, a city built from giant basalt stones without the use of mortar. Who built it? And how did they transport such enormous blocks? Even modern scientists cannot fully explain its construction. Could this be evidence of Mu's advanced engineering? The Mosai statues of Easter Island add further mystery. Local legends describe their ancestors as survivors of a great catastrophe who fled to the island. Were these statues erected in memory of Mu, a homeland lost to the sea? If Mu truly sank, could its remains still be hidden beneath the Pacific, waiting to be discovered? Traces of Mu in ancient texts. Many ancient cultures have myths about a great land that was swallowed by the sea. Are these stories just legends, or could they be echoes of Mu's destruction? Hindu mythology, particularly the Vedas, describes a highly advanced civilization that was lost in a great flood. This mirrors the story of Noah's flood, suggesting a widespread ancient memory of a submerged land. Could this be a reference to Mu? The Popol Vuh, the sacred book of the Maya, tells of ancestors who came from a land beyond the sea that was later submerged. If these accounts are not mere mythology, could early settlers of the Americas have been the descendants of Mu? Even ancient Egyptian texts mention a lost land and sages who brought knowledge to Egypt. Could this be evidence that survivors from Mu migrated and influenced Egyptian civilization? When we compile these texts, we find that cultures from different parts of the world describe a similar catastrophic event. Could this be more than coincidence? The challenges of proving Mu, obstacles in modern science today. Most mainstream scholars remain skeptical about Mu's existence. Archaeologists argue that no conclusive geological evidence supports the idea of a lost continent in the Pacific Ocean. But does this mean it never existed? Throughout history, science has frequently overturned long-held beliefs. There was a time when people believed the Earth was flat. There was a time when the link between dinosaurs and birds was not recognized. Could our current view of Mu also change with new discoveries? Advancements in deep-sea exploration have recently revealed previously unknown underwater elevations and potential ancient land masses. However, much of the Pacific Ocean remains unmapped and unexplored. If Mu once existed, proving it might require more deep-sea explorations to identify hidden structures and anomalies on the ocean floor. Further examination of ancient texts to determine whether different cultures contain overlapping accounts of Mu. Investigations into restricted archives to uncover any knowledge that may have been intentionally hidden or suppressed. While we may not yet have absolute proof of Mu, many civilizations once thought to be myths were later proven real. If Mu truly existed, has the discovery that could confirm its existence simply not been made yet? And if that discovery happens, could it rewrite everything we know about human history? Modern secret societies protecting the knowledge of Mu. The continent of Mu may not have been just a lost civilization, but possibly one of the greatest secrets in human history. If Mu truly existed and was one of the earliest great civilizations, could its knowledge have been completely erased, or was it preserved by select groups and passed down only to chosen individuals? Throughout history, many secret societies and esoteric organizations have claimed to possess ancient wisdom, revealing it only to a select few. Could the teachings safeguarded by these groups include the lost legacy of Mu? Many powerful organizations continue to insist that humanity is not yet ready to understand the full extent of ancient knowledge. Could the wisdom of Mu still be hidden by some of the most influential groups in the world? Was the knowledge of Mu destroyed or hidden? If Mu was truly an advanced civilization with vast knowledge, could this wisdom have been preserved rather than lost? Some theories suggest that Mu's sages foresaw their continent's destruction and took steps to protect their teachings. These secrets may have been passed down through encrypted inscriptions, sacred symbols, or esoteric traditions. Modern secret societies, particularly those known for guarding ancient wisdom, may have inherited and concealed Mo's lost knowledge. The Knights Templar and the legacy of Mo. The Knights Templar emerged in the Middle Ages with claims of possessing mysterious knowledge. Legends suggest that during the Crusades, they uncovered hidden texts and ancient records in Jerusalem. Some researchers propose that the Templars may have discovered the lost teachings of Mo and secretly preserved them. If true, could Mo's wisdom have been safeguarded by European esoteric organizations? The sudden persecution and execution of the Templars by the Inquisition raise questions. Was the knowledge they possessed considered too dangerous to be widely known? Freemasons and the ancient teachings of Mo. Freemasonry is widely believed to preserve esoteric secrets and knowledge of ancient civilizations. Their rituals incorporate symbols, sacred architecture, and mathematical principles that resemble those of lost cultures. Could the teachings of Mo be embedded in Masonic traditions? Certain Masonic texts mention an original great civilization and the land where wisdom was born. Could these references be pointing to Mo? Are Freemasons preserving ancient knowledge while passing it down only to selected initiates? The Illuminati and Mo's knowledge of energy. The Illuminati is one of the most mysterious groups in history, surrounded by speculation that they control global affairs using ancient wisdom. Some theories suggest that the origins of the Illuminati can be traced back to Mo's high priests and their mystical teachings. Did the sages of Mo learn how to harness energy through crystals and cosmic forces? Could this knowledge have been secretly passed down and used in modern scientific advancements? If Mo's energy knowledge is still controlled by a select few, why is it not shared with the rest of the world? Does the Vatican's secret archive contain records of Mo? The Vatican archives hold one of the most extensive collections of historical texts and classified documents. However, much of this archive remains inaccessible to the public. Some researchers believe that hidden within the Vatican's vaults are records of Mo's existence and its teachings. If Mo truly existed, why would the Vatican choose to keep its history a secret? Could Mo be a part of history that was deliberately suppressed to prevent humanity from accessing its lost wisdom? Is the knowledge of Mo being deliberately hidden? Some theories suggest that Mo's wisdom is not just protected by secret societies, it may also be intentionally withheld from humanity. If so, why? Is this knowledge controlled by a global elite who wish to keep it exclusive? Has Mo's understanding of energy and consciousness been integrated into modern technology? Has Mo's legacy been censored and erased from mainstream history? If the lost teachings of Mo are ever revealed, could they fundamentally change our understanding of history, science, and human potential? And if one day humanity gains access to these secrets, would we be ready for the truth? The forgotten religion and spiritual beliefs of Mo. The people of the continent of Mo were not only advanced in technology and engineering, but also deeply evolved in their understanding of the universe's great laws and spiritual consciousness. However, could their belief systems have been entirely different from the religions we know today? The priests of Mo did not see existence as merely a physical reality, but as a profound mental and spiritual experience. They believed that humans were not just flesh and bone, but manifestations of cosmic energy. But did Mo's spiritual teachings completely disappear, or were they reshaped and carried forward by other civilizations throughout history? Could Mo's beliefs have been hidden and forgotten over time? And if so, how could the rediscovery of these teachings change humanity's level of consciousness? Mo's cosmic approach to religion. In Mo, religion was not a rigid system of dogmas and rules. Instead, it was centered on understanding and harmonizing with the energy of the universe. In their belief system, gods were not physical beings, but different manifestations of universal energy. Everything was seen as interconnected, and all existence was part of a greater cosmic whole. This philosophy still appears in some mystical traditions today. Could the concept of cosmic unity in Eastern philosophies be inspired by Mo's spiritual teachings? Is the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, a reflection of Mo's understanding of universal harmony? Do shamanic traditions and their deep connection with nature originate from Mo's ancient wisdom? The priests of Mo taught that humans were not merely physical beings, but part of a universal consciousness. According to their beliefs, the soul never truly died, but transitioned into another dimension. Were these teachings truly forgotten, or were they preserved by certain groups and passed down to the present day? Mo's spiritual practices and rituals. In Mo, spiritual development was not limited to prayer or worship. Instead, its people practiced rituals to elevate their consciousness, raise their spiritual awareness, and connect with cosmic energy. Did the priests of Mo use meditation techniques to enhance mental power? Could some of today's spiritual practices trace their origins back to Mo? Do Tibetan monks' use of sound frequencies for meditation come from Mo's vibrational consciousness practices? Were Egyptian spiritual rituals inherited from Mo's ancient sages? Do the encoded prayers and symbols of esoteric groups reflect the forgotten teachings of Mo? If Mo's wisdom was never truly lost, could certain spiritual communities still be practicing its rituals today? Mo's lost temples and sacred sites. Mo's religious beliefs were not just theoretical concepts. The people of Mo built special temples designed to channel energy and enhance their spiritual work. Could some of these temples still exist today? Was the Yonaguni Monument an ancient temple of Mo? Were the Mo eye statues of Easter Island placed as spiritual energy centers by Mo's priests? Does the internal structure of the Egyptian pyramids reflect Mo's understanding of cosmic energy? Some researchers believe that Mo's priests carried their sacred architectural knowledge to other civilizations, encoding it into new cultures. If this is true, could Mo's religious ideas have been secretly preserved in different traditions across the world? Does Mo's spiritual wisdom still exist in the modern world? Could Mo's spiritual beliefs still survive in certain forms today? Many ancient teachings may actually be reinterpretations of Mo's knowledge. Is Eastern mysticism a continuation of Mo's spiritual understanding? Do Freemasonry and esoteric societies preserve the hidden knowledge of Mo? Could today's search for spiritual enlightenment be an unconscious effort to rediscover Mo's lost teachings? If Mo's wisdom has truly survived, what role could it play in humanity's spiritual awakening? And if one day, the forgotten teachings of Mo are fully uncovered, could humanity finally remember its true nature? The lost language and writing system of Mu. One of the most crucial elements proving the existence of a civilization is its language. Language serves as the strongest tool for transmitting a civilization's thoughts, knowledge, and culture across generations. However, one of the greatest mysteries surrounding Mu is the complete disappearance of its language. If Mu was truly one of humanity's oldest civilizations, wouldn't it have developed a writing system? And if such a language existed, could traces of it have survived to the present day? Some researchers propose that Mu's language was not entirely lost, but instead evolved within different cultures over time. If this theory is true, could the language of Mu still be spoken in some form today? Nanakol tablets and the lost language of Mu. One of the primary sources regarding Mu's language comes from the Nanakol tablets, which were allegedly discovered by James Churchward. According to Churchward, These tablets were written by the sacred priests of Mu and contained records of the continent's history, spiritual teachings, and wisdom traditions. The most intriguing aspect of these inscriptions was that they did not resemble any known language. Churchwood claimed that he spent years deciphering this system and eventually reconstructed an ancient tongue called the Nanakol language. However, the whereabouts of the tablets and why they were never scientifically examined remain unknown. If these tablets truly existed, why were they not announced as a groundbreaking discovery? Could this knowledge have been deliberately hidden? If the Nanakol language was indeed the language of Mu, which civilizations might it have influenced? Did Mu's language survive to the present day? Did Mu's language truly vanish? Or could we still be using elements of it without realizing it? Some linguists believe that even if Mu's people disappeared, their language may have persisted through migration and adaptation in other cultures. As Mu's survivors moved to different lands, they could have carried their linguistic heritage with them, causing it to transform into various dialects over time. If this theory holds true, which languages might contain remnants of Mu's speech? Could Mayan script and hieroglyphs be based on Mu's writing system? Do Indo-European languages have roots in Mu's lost tongue? Is the Sanskrit alphabet a reflection of Mu's ancient linguistic system? Could Chinese and Japanese characters preserve symbols from Mu? If elements of Mu's language still exist within ancient scripts, should it really be considered a completely lost language? Where are Mu's writings hidden? If Mu had a language, could its written records still be hidden somewhere? Some researchers suggest that traces of Mu's script can still be found in inscriptions on ancient temples, pyramid walls, and sacred artifacts across the world. For example, could the Rongo script of Easter Island be a remnant of Mu's lost language? Are the symbols found at Göbekli Tepe related to Mu's writing system? Do certain Egyptian hieroglyphs originate from Mu's ancient alphabet? Throughout history, many writing systems have been discovered but remain undeciphered. Could Mu's script be among them, waiting to be recognized? If Mu's language were one day decrypted, could it rewrite human history? The symbols of Mu and universal communication. Was Mu's language simply a form of writing, or could it have been a universal consciousness-based communication system? Some esoteric traditions suggest that Mu's people communicated not only through words but also through symbols, frequencies, and energy transmissions. If this is true, was Mu's language more than an alphabet? Was it a system designed to influence consciousness itself? Even today, certain mystical teachings and esoteric groups use sacred symbols and sound vibrations to alter states of awareness. Could Mu's language have operated on a high frequency level, affecting the subconscious mind? Did Mu's sages leave encoded messages for future generations to one day rediscover? What would deciphering Mu's language mean for humanity? If Mu's language were fully deciphered, what would it mean for human history? It could prove that Mu was a real civilization. It could unlock lost wisdom that transforms both science and spirituality. It could provide crucial clues about humanity's forgotten past. But the biggest question remains: if Mu's language were finally understood, would this knowledge be shared with the world? And if we one day crack this ancient code, would we finally understand what the people of Mu were trying to tell us? The energy centers of Mu hidden remains across the world. The continent of Mu was not just an advanced civilization. It may have been a society that understood Earth's energy grid and built sacred structures along these powerful energy lines. Could Mu's priests and sages have established energy centers in different parts of the world? Even today, certain locations are believed to possess an unknown force, mystical sites, where people report feeling physically and spiritually different, experiencing shifts in their perception of time, or even reaching higher states of consciousness. Could these places be remnants of the ancient energy centers built by Mu? If so, is Mu's wisdom still influencing the world through these points of power? Mu's energy grid and the global network. According to esoteric theories, the Earth contains natural energy flows known as ley lines, invisible pathways of energy that crisscross the planet. The intersections of these lines are said to generate powerful energetic frequencies, which ancient civilizations used to build sacred sites. If Mu truly existed, could its sages have mapped these energy lines and constructed special structures around them? Many mysterious sites around the world align with these energy grids, including Stonehenge. Were these megaliths used to channel energy frequencies? The Great Pyramids of Egypt, could they have been built using Mu's knowledge of energy? The Moai statues of Easter Island, were their orientations aligned with Earth's energy fields? Tiahuanaco, Bolivia, was this ancient city a creation of Mu's priests? Are these locations coincidentally placed on ley lines? Or did Mu's people identify and harness these energy centers thousands of years ago? If Mu truly used the Earth's energy grid, is this knowledge still preserved by certain groups today? Mu's crystal technology and energy manipulation. Some researchers suggest that the people of Mu used large crystals to manage energy. These crystals may have served as tools to stabilize the Earth's energy grid and emit specific vibrational frequencies. Even modern science recognizes the conductive properties of crystals. But did Mu's sages take this knowledge even further? Did they generate power using crystals? Did they enhance spiritual connection through crystal frequencies? Did they place specific stones in their structures to amplify energy resonance? If Mu's wisdom was centered on energy manipulation, why has this knowledge been forgotten? Or perhaps certain elite groups have deliberately hidden it and continue to use it secretly. Are Mu's energy centers still active? Some locations around the world continue to exhibit strange energy phenomena. The Bermuda Triangle, could this be a lost energy center of Mu, where time and space behave differently? Sedona, Arizona, do the strong magnetic fields in this area contain remnants of Mu's energy knowledge? The hidden valleys of Tibet, did Mu's sages conduct special rituals in these secluded places? Certain occult researchers believe that Mu's energy grid is still functioning and that these locations are interacting with human consciousness. Can these energy lines be reactivated? Is it possible to rediscover and utilize Mu's wisdom? Is Mu's energy knowledge being used today? Has Mu's knowledge of energy centers truly been lost? Or is it still being utilized by specific groups? Are secret societies using these power sites for their own agendas? Are governments conducting experiments in these energy-rich regions? Is modern science beginning to uncover Mu's hidden energy secrets? If Mu's wisdom were fully rediscovered, could it change the balance of energy on Earth? And if these energy centers were fully activated, could humanity experience a shift in consciousness and evolution? The pyramids and temples of Mor. The continent of Mor was not only a center of ancient wisdom, but also a civilization that merged advanced engineering with spiritual energy. However, did Mor's physical structures vanish along with the continent itself? Or do certain ancient monuments around the world serve as silent witnesses to its lost legacy? Even today, many pyramids and temples remain shrouded in mystery. Why they were built and how they were constructed are still questions without clear answers. If Mor truly existed, did its people design these structures not only as places of worship, but also as mechanisms for channeling specific energies? Could Mor's architecture and sacred structures have left lasting marks on today's world? Mor's pyramid tradition, Egypt, the Maya, and beyond. Throughout history, many civilizations have built pyramids, but were these similarities mere coincidences, or did they stem from a shared source of knowledge passed down from Mor? The Great Pyramid of Giza, the Teotihuacan Pyramids in Mexico, the mysterious pyramids of China, and Gunung Padang in Indonesia, do these all carry traces of Moor's wisdom? Did Moor's people spread their architectural knowledge as they migrated across different lands? If so, why do these pyramids follow similar geometric principles? Why are Egyptian pyramids and Mayan temples aligned with the stars? How can we explain the similar angles and measurements of pyramids found across different continents? Were pyramids designed to direct energy and act as power sources? If Moor's people shared this knowledge worldwide, have we forgotten the true purpose of these structures? The lost temples of Moor. In addition to pyramids, the people of Moor built temples. However, these temples may not have been mere places of worship. They could have been designed to unlock spiritual energy and influence human consciousness. Even today, some ancient temples remain unexplained. Could the temple ruins on Easter Island be the last remaining traces of Moor? Were the stone pillars of Göbekli Tepe inspired by Moor's sacred architecture? Did massive temple complexes like Angkor Wat derive their knowledge from Moor? Were these structures just ordinary stone buildings, or were they designed to connect with the universal energy field? If Moor's temples truly spread across the world, how could rediscovering their secrets transform humanity? Did Moor's temples function as energy devices? Some researchers believe that Moor's temples were not just physical structures, but energy converters designed to harness and amplify cosmic forces. Even in modern mystical traditions, certain pyramids and temples are said to emit energy. Do pyramids enhance consciousness? Many report altered states of mind when meditating inside pyramids. Do temples resonate with specific frequencies? Some claim that certain sites vibrate at precise harmonic levels. How did Moor's priests harness this energy? If Moor's wisdom is still embedded within these structures, how can we reactivate and understand this energy? The rediscovery of Moor's sacred architecture. Moor's architectural knowledge was not only about constructing buildings, but also about understanding how to direct energy and consciousness. If Moor truly spread this wisdom across the world, can we rediscover it? Some modern scientists suggest that pyramids might influence electromagnetic fields and resonate with specific frequencies. If this is true, could uncovering Moor's lost temples lead to a revolutionary breakthrough in both science and spirituality? And if one day we decipher Moor's true architectural secrets, could this knowledge change the course of humanity's evolution? The ancient engineering knowledge of Mu. The people of Mu were not only known for their spiritual wisdom and mystical teachings, but also for their advanced engineering skills. Their temples, pyramids, and cities were not just impressive structures. They were built in harmony with nature, designed to channel energy, and possibly even interact with human consciousness. Yet today, traces of Mu's engineering brilliance remain hidden in myths and archaeological anomalies. But did Mu's secrets truly disappear? Or could modern architecture and technology be unknowingly based on knowledge inherited from Mu? Mu's lost construction technology throughout history. Many ancient civilizations built incredible structures. The Great Pyramids of Egypt, Göbekli Tepe, Pumapunku, Nan Madol, and Angkor Wat remain unsolved mysteries. Structures whose construction methods defy conventional explanations. Were the architects of Mu simply skilled builders, or did they possess knowledge of energy and levitation? Some researchers believe Mu's people may have used acoustic resonance or an unknown energy source to move and shape massive stones. The precisely cut stones of Pumapunku are so advanced that even modern tools struggle to replicate them. How were the massive blocks of the Egyptian pyramids transported? Could they have used advanced techniques inherited from Mu? The floating stone city of Nan Madol, built on the ocean, remains an enigma. Did Mu's builders have unique knowledge of stone placement and energy alignment? If Mu's people truly harnessed nature's energy to move stones, why has this knowledge been lost, or was it never lost at all, and instead preserved by select groups? Did Mus use advanced technologies? Theories surrounding Mu suggest that its people may have mastered ways to manipulate energy and physics far beyond what is currently known. Some of the technologies Mu might have used include acoustic resonance, moving objects with sound. Some ancient temple walls exhibit evidence of sound frequency vibrations. Could Mu's engineers have used high-frequency sound waves to lift stones and shape structures? Gravity manipulation, anti-gravity technology. The precise placement of massive temple stones suggests an unknown technique. Did Mu's architects know how to reduce gravity temporarily? Crystal energy, natural power sources. Legends suggest Mu's people used large crystals to generate energy. Could these crystals have powered entire cities and temples? If this knowledge truly existed, why has it been forgotten, or has it been deliberately concealed? Did Mu's engineering influence modern technology? Some researchers propose that Mu's knowledge never fully disappeared. Instead, it was passed down in secret and adapted into modern science and architecture. Could modern city planning be based on Mu's lost engineering principles? Are elite scientific groups secretly using Mu's technology today? Are space research projects rediscovering Mu's lost knowledge? Nikola Tesla's wireless energy transmission experiments bear a striking resemblance to Mu's rumored energy systems. Could Tesla have tapped into ancient knowledge that once powered Mu? If the full extent of Mu's engineering secrets were to be uncovered, how would it change humanity's future? Can Mu's engineering knowledge be rediscovered? While no confirmed structures from Mu remain, its legacy may still exist in hidden texts, secret archives, and ancient ruins. Could underwater discoveries provide clues to Mu's engineering? Could advancements in physics and energy research lead to a rediscovery of Mu's technology? If Mu's secrets are one day revealed, how will it impact modern civilization? Perhaps Mu's engineering knowledge was more than just construction techniques. It was a holistic wisdom that worked in harmony with nature's energy. And if we can relearn this lost system, could humanity enter a new era of discovery and innovation, guided by the forgotten wisdom of Mu? The lost art and cultural legacy of Mu. One of the best ways to understand a civilization is through its art and cultural heritage. Art serves as a powerful reflection of a society's beliefs, philosophies, and worldview. However, since the existence of Mu remains controversial, its artistic and cultural traditions are also a great mystery. If Mu was indeed an advanced civilization, could its art and cultural traditions have spread across different parts of the world? Could some ancient symbols, temple decorations, and ritual objects still carry the essence of Mu's artistic legacy? What art forms did the people of Mu use? What was their aesthetic vision, and how has their cultural influence survived into the modern world? Was Mu's art spiritually and cosmically inspired? Some esoteric sources suggest that Mu's art was not merely decorative, but served spiritual and energetic functions. Could the shapes, colors, and patterns they used have been designed to activate certain energies, elevate consciousness, and harmonize with the universe? Did Mu's art incorporate spirals and circular patterns as sacred symbols? Did the golden ratio and sacred geometry play a crucial role in Mu's artistic vision? Were there symbols and carvings designed not just for beauty, but to transmit hidden knowledge? If Mu's artistic tradition was truly capable of influencing human consciousness, why was this knowledge lost? Or is it still preserved in secret traditions? Did Mu's art survive in different civilizations? If Mu's people migrated after the continent's destruction, they may have brought their artistic traditions with them. Even today, similar artistic elements are found in different parts of the world. The spirals and geometric carvings in Mayan art, could these be echoes of Mu's designs? The Moai statues of Easter Island, could these be remnants of Mu's sculptural traditions? The mandalas in Hindu and Buddhist temples, were they inspired by Mu's spiritual art forms? If Mu's artistic influence spread across different cultures, could studying these relics help us decode its lost knowledge? Mu's lost sculpture and architectural art. Mu's cultural expression may not have been limited to paintings and symbols. It likely extended to monumental sculptures and architectural marvels. Could some ancient megalithic statues and stone pillars be linked to Mu's sculptural traditions? Do the Moai statues of Easter Island depict the faces of Mu's lost civilization? Could the mysterious Göbekli Tepe carvings be a continuation of Mu's spiritual iconography? Do the reliefs on Egyptian and Mayan temples contain hidden messages from Mu's ancient art? Some researchers believe that Mu's sculptors were not only artisans but also masters of energy and resonance. Were their statues and monuments designed not just for decoration, but to interact with human consciousness? If Mu's sculptural traditions carried a spiritual function, could we rediscover and reactivate this lost knowledge today? Mu's lost music and sound vibrations. Mu's art was likely not limited to visual expression. Some theories suggest that Mu's people understood the power of sound and vibration, perhaps using music as a tool for consciousness transformation. It is well known that certain frequencies affect the mind and body. Could Mu's advanced civilization have used sound technology for spiritual elevation? Were the mantras used by Tibetan monks remnants of Mu's lost sound traditions? Were ancient temple acoustics designed to amplify specific frequencies? Could prehistoric musical instruments be linked to Mu's forgotten knowledge of sound resonance? If Mu's sound traditions could alter consciousness, could modern science revive and apply this knowledge? Where is Mu's cultural legacy today? Did Mu's artistic and cultural traditions completely vanish, or were they preserved and passed down through certain groups? Could secret esoteric societies be protecting Mu's artistic knowledge? Are coded decorations in ancient temples actually messages left behind by Mu's artists? Does modern art and architecture unknowingly incorporate Mu's hidden patterns? If Mu's cultural heritage still exists today, could deciphering it open new doors for humanity's evolution? And if one day we rediscover Mu's artistic and aesthetic traditions, could this unlock an entirely new level of consciousness for the world? The influence of Mu on human evolution. If Mu really existed, could its impact on humanity go beyond just culture and technology? Some researchers suggest that Mu was not merely an advanced civilization, but a center for shaping human consciousness and genetic evolution. Did the sages of Mu understand the potential of the human mind, develop teachings that could affect our DNA, and accelerate our spiritual evolution? If Mu indeed left a deep mark on human evolution, could this influence still persist today? And most importantly, could remembering Mu's legacy alter humanity's future evolution? Mu and the first humans, a superior race. Conventional history states that modern humans evolved over thousands of years through gradual adaptation. However, alternative history theories suggest that an external intervention may have played a role in shaping our species. Some of these theories claim that Mu was the true origin of human civilization, where sages deliberately advanced the evolution of human beings. Were the people of Mu taller, stronger, and more intelligent than modern humans? Did Mu's spiritual wisdom include rituals and techniques to enhance human brain capacity? Could the heavenly beings mentioned in ancient myths actually be the sages of Mu? If the people of Mu underwent a unique evolutionary process, could traces of their DNA still exist in modern humans? Mu and the evolution of consciousness. were mental limits overcome. Mu's most significant impact on human evolution might not have been physical but mental and spiritual. Some theories suggest that Mu's sages did not just focus on bodily development, they also developed techniques that expanded the mind and consciousness. Could telepathy and mental communication have been common skills in Mu? Did Mu's people practice astral travel and consciousness projection intentionally? Were Mu's meditation techniques based on special frequencies and energy manipulations to expand mental capacity? If the sages of Mu achieved such an advanced state, could rediscovering their lost teachings trigger a new revolution in human consciousness? Traces of Mu in our DNA. Genetic mysteries. Some scientific studies suggest that human DNA is too complex to have evolved purely through natural selection. Certain researchers speculate that our genetic structure contains hidden codes, unactivated potential, or junk DNA that might actually hold latent abilities. Could Mu's people have understood how to activate unused parts of human DNA? Is it possible that our current limitations are due to forgotten knowledge? Could advanced mental abilities, like telepathy, heightened intuition, and energy manipulation be reactivated using Mu's lost techniques? If Mu was a center for genetic and consciousness evolution, could its teachings still be embedded in our DNA, waiting to be unlocked? Was Mu's evolutionary knowledge deliberately hidden? If Mu played a critical role in human development, why was its knowledge lost? Some theorists believe that Mu's sages did not allow their wisdom to be entirely erased. Instead, they encoded it within secret teachings, waiting for a future generation to rediscover it. Did secret occult societies preserve Mu's knowledge about human evolution? Is modern science slowly rediscovering Mu's lost genetic and consciousness techniques? If Mu's wisdom is rediscovered, will humanity reach a new level of consciousness? If Mu truly helped humanity evolve, could remembering its legacy change the future of human evolution? And if one day Mu's true heritage is revealed, could this lead to humanity's next great evolutionary leap? Alternative theories on the fall of Marv. The destruction of Marv remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in alternative history. While some theories claim that Marv was lost due to natural disasters, others suggest that its people left voluntarily before the final collapse. But was the fall of Marv merely a physical event, or was it part of a larger cosmic transformation? If Marv really existed, why was its destruction so total and irreversible? And most importantly, could the fall of Mo be one of the most defining events in human history? The Great Natural Disaster Theory. Was Mo swallowed by the sea? One of the most widely accepted theories is that Mo was lost due to a cataclysmic natural disaster that submerged the entire continent beneath the ocean. According to ancient texts and esoteric sources, Mo was devastated by a series of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and rising sea levels. The main explanations include tectonic shifts. Did massive fault lines in the Pacific cause the land to break apart? Volcanic eruptions. Did Mo's civilization crumble under sudden volcanic explosions? End of the Ice Age. Did melting ice caps cause sea levels to rise, slowly submerging Mo? If Mo really sank due to such a catastrophe, could traces of this disaster still be found on the ocean floor? And more importantly, could Earth face a similar disaster in the future? A cosmic event, solar flares and magnetic pole reversal. Some researchers propose that Mo's destruction wasn't just a localized event, but part of a planet-wide cosmic shift. According to these theories, Mo's people didn't just disappear, they were affected by an astronomical phenomenon. Solar flares. Could a massive solar storm have disrupted Mo's energy grid and led to its fall? Mo's magnetic pole shift. Did a sudden change in Earth's magnetic field cause widespread destruction? Asteroid impact. Did a giant meteor strike the Pacific Ocean, triggering Mo's downfall? If Mo's destruction was truly caused by a cosmic event, could modern science find evidence of this past catastrophe? And if Earth is entering a similar cycle today, could we face the same fate as Mo? Did Mo destroy itself? Internal collapse theory. Some esoteric traditions suggest that Mo didn't fall due to an external event, but rather because of internal conflicts and the misuse of its own power. According to these theories, Mo became too advanced, and its knowledge was misused, leading to its self-destruction. Asteroid divided priesthood. Did Mo's spiritual leaders split into rival factions? War of power. Was there a civil war that ultimately destroyed the continent? Energy imbalance. Did Mo's advanced technology disrupt Earth's natural balance? If Mo collapsed due to its own mistakes, could its story serve as a warning for modern civilization? Are we repeating the same errors that led to Mo's destruction? Did the people of Mo really disappear? If Mo was truly lost, does that mean its entire population perished? Some alternative theories propose that Mo's wise leaders foresaw the disaster and escaped before it was too late. Mass migrations. Did the survivors of Mo spread their knowledge across the world? Lost bloodlines. Could certain indigenous tribes be descendants of Mo's people? Hidden wisdom. Did Mo's spiritual elite preserve their teachings in secret societies? If Mo's people survived, could traces of their wisdom still be found in today's ancient traditions? And if so, how can we rediscover this lost knowledge? Was the fall of Mo warning for humanity? If Mo really existed and was destroyed, could its story serve as a warning for modern civilization? Maybe Mo became too powerful, but failed to control its own technologies and energy systems. Maybe Mo ignored the laws of nature and suffered the consequences. If Mo's destruction was a lesson, are we making the same mistakes today? And if we can understand what truly happened to Mo, could this knowledge help humanity avoid a similar fate? Who uses the knowledge of Mu today? If the continent of Mu truly existed, did its legacy remain buried in the past? Or do certain groups still use its ancient wisdom today? Some researchers claim that, although Mu disappeared, its knowledge was never completely lost and continues to be applied by select communities, scientists, and spiritual leaders around the world. If Mu possessed advanced knowledge of energy manipulation, consciousness expansion, and harmonious living with nature, who in the modern era might still be utilizing this wisdom? And if the secrets of Mu are still being preserved, why is this knowledge not shared with everyone? Is Mu's knowledge protected by secret societies? Throughout history, many secret societies have claimed to possess esoteric knowledge, but could these groups actually be preserving the legacy of Mu? Some organizations that may have connections to Mu's teachings include Freemasons. Could their sacred geometry and architectural knowledge originate from Mu? Knights Templar. Were they guardians of Mu's sacred knowledge, passing it on to a select elite? Rosicrucian Order. Do they continue to practice Mu's spiritual and consciousness-enhancing techniques? Hidden monasteries of Tibet. Could Mu's teachings have been secretly preserved in remote mountain villages? If these groups are indeed protecting Mu's wisdom, why do they withhold this knowledge from the public? And if this information were ever fully revealed, how would it transform humanity's future? Is Mu's knowledge being used in modern science? Could Mu's knowledge be present not only in secret societies, but also in modern scientific advancements? Some researchers suggest that Mu's techniques for harnessing energy might share similarities with today's emerging technologies. Did Nikola Tesla's wireless energy projects draw from Mu's lost knowledge? Do quantum physics and consciousness theories align with Mu's ancient discoveries? Are modern experiments with crystals and frequencies inspired by Mu's ancient engineering? If Mu's knowledge still exists within modern science, is this technology being intentionally withheld from the public? And if Mu's technology were fully rediscovered, could it solve the global energy crisis? Alternative medicine and spiritual healing, the legacy of Mu. Could some of today's alternative healing methods be remnants of Mu's lost wisdom? Many ancient healing practices might have their roots in Mu's spiritual knowledge. Is Reiki and energy healing derived from Mu's hands-on healing techniques? Are sound frequencies and mantras influenced by Mu's consciousness-altering methods? Did Mu's deep connection with nature inspire early herbal medicine practices? If Mu truly developed these healing techniques, why is modern medicine ignoring them? And if these practices were fully revived, how could they change human health and awareness? Are Mu's symbols still present in the modern world? Could we unknowingly be using Mu's ancient symbols today? Some researchers argue that Mu's sacred symbols are still embedded in modern institutions, corporate logos, and even national emblems. Is the pyramid and eye symbol a remnant of Mu's wisdom tradition? Do ancient cyclical symbols represent Mu's understanding of the universe? Are encrypted seals and mystical signs echoes of Mu's lost language? If Mu's symbols have indeed survived, could decoding them unlock valuable knowledge? And if these symbols are being used intentionally, do those who control them still direct Mu's ancient knowledge? What would happen if Mu's knowledge was revealed? If Mu's knowledge is still being used by select groups and is one day fully disclosed to the public, what kind of transformation would this bring to humanity? The energy crisis could end. If Mu's lost technologies were rediscovered, could the world attain unlimited energy? Human consciousness could evolve. Could Mu's teachings provide breakthroughs in psychology and consciousness research? History could be rewritten. If Mu's existence is confirmed, would it completely alter our understanding of human civilization? But the biggest question remains, is Mu's knowledge being hidden from the public, or are we simply not yet ready to uncover it? And if one day all of Mu's secrets are revealed, could humanity follow its path to enter a new golden age? The prophecies of Mu, a lost continent's message to the future. The continent of Mu intrigues researchers not only with its secrets of the past, but also with its possible prophecies about the future. If Mu was truly one of the oldest and most enlightened civilizations in human history, could its sages have foreseen the future and left a message for humanity? Some esoteric sources claim that Mu's sages understood the cyclical nature of time and predicted inevitable great changes. But what warnings might these ancient sages have given about the future of humanity? And if Mu's teachings have truly been preserved to this day, could these prophecies still serve as a guide for us? Mu's perception of time and the ability to see the future. Did Mu's priests and sages possess knowledge not only of the physical world, but also of the nature of time and consciousness? Some theories suggest that the people of Mu understood that time was not linear, but cyclical. According to this view, the past, present, and future are interconnected, and those who develop their consciousness through specific techniques can perceive what is to come. If Mu's sages truly possessed such an ability, what did they see about humanity's future? Did they foresee the destruction of Mu before it happened? Did they predict that humanity would undergo a great transformation in the future? Did they leave behind a message that one day Mu's wisdom would be rediscovered? If Mu's priests were capable of seeing the future, how did this knowledge disappear? And if it was never entirely lost, how can we rediscover it today? The prophecies of Mu. Is the world heading for a great change? Some ancient texts and esoteric traditions claim that Mu's sages left prophecies for the world. These prophecies often describe periods of great transformation, disasters, and shifts in human consciousness. What exactly do these prophecies foretell? A great flood and the birth of a new continent. Was the destruction of Mu not just an ending, but the beginning of a new cycle? Do Mu's prophecies suggest that humanity will face another great flood in the future? If this is true, can we prepare for such an event? The rise of human consciousness. Did Mu's sages know that human consciousness rises and falls in certain cycles? If this cycle is real, are we currently entering a period of consciousness expansion? Could modern spiritual movements be a continuation of Mu's ancient prophecies? The return of Mu's sages. Some esoteric texts speak of the return of Mu's sages, who will once again guide humanity. Is this meant in a spiritual sense, or will actual descendants of Mu's people one day emerge? If Mu's sages do return, what kind of transformation will humanity undergo? If Mu's prophecies are true, can we follow the signs they left behind to alter the course of the future? Are there modern events that align with Mu's prophecies? Some researchers believe that the prophecies of Mu's sages may already be unfolding in the modern world. Climate change and rising sea levels. Could this indicate a disaster similar to what befell Mu? The awakening of global consciousness. Are today's spiritual movements a sign of the consciousness shift predicted by Mu? The discovery of lost ancient cities and structures. Is Mu's knowledge beginning to resurface? If Mu truly left behind prophecies about the future, could these great transformations already be happening without us realizing it? And if we could understand these prophecies in time, could we shape the future of humanity? Deciphering Mu's prophecies, a warning or a guide. If Mu's sages truly saw the future, were their prophecies meant to serve as a warning, or were they left as a guide for humanity? Could Mu's wisdom help us not only understand the past, but also navigate the future? Perhaps Mu's true legacy was not just its lost civilization, but one of history's greatest prophecies, meant to warn and guide humanity toward its next evolutionary leap. And if we can piece together the clues Mu left behind, can we change the future they foresaw? The lost medicine and healing techniques of Mu. Mu was not only distinguished by its engineering, art, and spiritual teachings, but also by its advanced knowledge of medicine. Could some of the practices we refer to today as alternative medicine actually stem from Mu's ancient healing techniques? Did the priests and scholars of Mu believe that the human body was not just a physical entity, but a system that interacted with energy flows and frequencies? If the people of Mu were capable of healing diseases using energy, plants, and sound frequencies, why did this knowledge disappear over time? And more importantly, could Mu's medical wisdom be rediscovered today? Mu's approach to medicine, the balance of body, mind, and spirit. Mu's healing techniques focused not only on treating physical ailments, but also on restoring mental and spiritual harmony. According to some esoteric teachings, Mu's healers did not merely cure bodily illnesses, they also worked to clear mental blockages and establish spiritual alignment. Did they work with energy centers, chakras? Did they use crystals and natural stones as healing tools? Did they restore the body's balance using herbal medicine and natural elements? Even today, some traditional medical systems may carry the legacy of Mu. Could Ayurveda and Chinese medicine be reflections of Mu's lost knowledge? Are energy-based healing techniques like acupuncture remnants of Mu's ancient medical wisdom? Do healing techniques involving sound frequencies originate from the practices of Mu's sages? If Mu's medical knowledge truly existed, why does modern medicine completely disregard it? Advanced healing techniques that Mu may have used. Could Mu's healers have used not just plants, but also energy, frequency, and consciousness to heal? Some theories suggest that Mu's people developed techniques for using consciousness to heal the body. These techniques may have included crystal therapy, Did Mu's healers discover that certain crystals could regulate energy within the human body? Are today's crystal healing practices a continuation of Mu's medical legacy? Sound and frequency therapy. Did Mu's priests understand that specific sound frequencies could repair human cells? Are Tibetan singing bowls, mantras, and healing music a modern adaptation of Mu's sound-based healing techniques? Healing through mind power. Did Mu's healers learn how to control biological processes within the body using thought? Could the placebo effect, meditation, and conscious healing techniques be modern reflections of Mu's medical principles? If Mu's healers used these methods, can we relearn this ancient knowledge today? And if these methods truly work, why doesn't modern medicine accept them? Why did Mu's medical knowledge disappear? If Mu's people truly possessed advanced medical knowledge, why did it vanish? Did Mu's destruction erase this knowledge along with its civilization? Was this ancient healing wisdom preserved by secret societies over time? Has modern science deliberately ignored Mu's medicine? Some theories suggest that Mu's knowledge has been passed down within esoteric societies and spiritual communities. If this is true, could Mu's medical knowledge be rediscovered one day? And if this wisdom is shared with humanity, could the concept of disease be completely eliminated? Mu's astronomical knowledge and connection to the stars. Mu's was not only remarkable for its advanced civilization on Earth, but also for its deep interest in the cosmos. Like many ancient civilizations, the people of Mu observed the stars, studied constellations, and sought to understand the workings of the universe. But was Mu's knowledge of astronomy limited to simple observation? Some researchers believe that the people of Mu were not merely stargazers, but actively connected with celestial bodies. If this is true, could Mu's sages interpret cosmic messages and even communicate with other intelligent beings in the universe? How did Mu's people study the stars, and could their discoveries align with modern astronomy? Where did Mu's astronomical knowledge come from? Throughout history, many ancient civilizations possessed extraordinary astronomical knowledge. But how did they acquire insights that even modern science struggles to explain? Did Mu's sages create star maps and calendars through observation alone? Or did they have a deeper, perhaps spiritual, connection to the stars? The mysteries of Mu's astronomical knowledge raise several questions. How did Mu's scholars develop detailed star maps? Were their connections with constellations purely astrological? Or did they have a deeper scientific or spiritual significance? Were Mu's temples and pyramids aligned with specific celestial bodies? If Mu possessed advanced astronomical knowledge, how was it preserved or lost over time? And if their discoveries come to light, how might they reshape our understanding of the universe? Mu's star maps and their similarity to modern discoveries. Many ancient civilizations demonstrated astonishing precision in their astronomical observations. The Maya civilization accurately calculated Venus's cycle with incredible precision. The Egyptian pyramids were aligned with the Orion constellation. Sumerian tablets depicted the positions of planets in the solar system, thousands of years before modern astronomy confirmed them. But what about Mu? If it existed before these civilizations, did it pass its astronomical knowledge to them, rather than the other way around? Some researchers suggest that Mu's lost star maps may have survived through other ancient cultures. If Mu's people had such knowledge, why did it vanish? To more importantly, could their celestial insights match modern scientific findings? Mu's communication with the stars, a cosmic connection. Some esoteric traditions suggest that Mu's people did not just observe the stars but also interacted with their energies. Could Mu's sages sense and harness cosmic energies from the stars? Did they practice astral travel, lucid dreaming, or telepathic communication to connect with celestial realms? Were the universal truths in Mu's teachings derived from extraterrestrial sources? Some ancient texts even claim that Mu's sages received wisdom from cosmic beings and brought universal knowledge to Earth. If this is true, could Mu's wisdom have originated from an extraterrestrial source? That if some groups still guard this knowledge today, is it possible to rediscover and learn from it? Can Mu's astronomical knowledge be rediscovered? Today, modern astronomy is trying to decode the structure of the universe. But could Mu's sages have already known some of these secrets? Could Mu's lost star maps be found one day? Could their astronomical wisdom be verified by modern scientists? If Mu's celestial knowledge is fully uncovered, how will humanity's perception of the universe change? And if one day we can decipher the full scope of Mu's astronomical knowledge, could this become humanity's greatest discovery, proving that we are not alone in the universe? The ancient wars of Mu and the path to collapse Mu is often depicted in esoteric sources as a peaceful, spiritually advanced civilization that lived in harmony with nature. But was this really the case? Like all great civilizations, could Mu have experienced internal conflicts, power struggles, and perhaps even devastating wars? Some theories suggest that Mu's downfall was not solely caused by natural disasters or cosmic events, but was accelerated by internal conflicts and large-scale wars. If this is true, who were the enemies of Mu, and how did these wars lead to its ultimate destruction? Was Mu truly a peaceful civilization? According to many accounts, Mu was a highly developed spiritual society that lived in harmony with the universal laws. However, history shows us that even the most advanced civilizations are not immune to internal conflicts and power struggles. Were there different belief systems within Mu? Did certain factions misuse advanced technology or spiritual knowledge? Did a ruling elite emerge, creating a divide between the people and the leadership? Perhaps Mu's downfall began long before any natural disaster, with conflicts brewing within its own society. If Mu did experience internal warfare, what were the causes? Who were Mu's great enemies? Some esoteric texts suggest that Mu did not only suffer from internal wars, but also fought against external forces. Who were the enemies of Mu? Atlantis, Mu's ancient rival. Some sources claim that Mu was locked in a great war against Atlantis. If Atlantis truly coexisted with Mu, why did these two super civilizations become adversaries? Was there a struggle between Mu's spiritual wisdom and Atlantis's technological dominance? A war against extraterrestrial beings? Esoteric traditions suggest that Mu's sages had cosmic connections. If the people of Mu were communicating with celestial entities, did this relationship turn into a conflict? Do myths of wars among the gods actually describe Mu's battles with extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings? An internal power struggle, the battle between knowledge and greed. Were there two factions within Mu, one devoted to wisdom, the other seeking power? If these groups clashed, did it lead to a civil war that destabilized the entire civilization? Were some of Mu's lost cities destroyed in these conflicts? Could these theories suggest that Mu did not simply vanish due to natural causes, but was torn apart by its own internal strife and external enemies? The lost war technologies of Mu. If Mu truly experienced wars, what kinds of weapons and military technology did it use? Some esoteric sources suggest that Mu's civilization had highly advanced energy weapons, crystal-powered laser-like energy weapons, vibrational and acoustic weapons capable of causing massive destruction, psychological warfare and mind control techniques. Even today, ancient texts refer to fire from the sky, great explosions, and earth-shaking battles, which may be descriptions of Mu's wars. If Mu truly fell due to a great war, could the evidence still exist somewhere? perhaps on the ocean floor or hidden in ancient texts. Mo's fall, the result of a final war. Many accounts describe Mo's disappearance beneath the waves as a result of a great catastrophe. But was this disaster caused by war? Did Mo's energy-controlling sages unleash forces they could not contain? Was Mo's advanced technology misused, leading to a planetary imbalance? Did a massive explosion or energy disturbance trigger the collapse of the landmass? If Mo's fall was truly the consequence of warfare, could traces of these battles still be discovered in ancient records or geological anomalies? And if we could understand how this war unfolded, could it prevent history from repeating itself? Is Mo's story a warning for modern civilization? If Mo truly collapsed due to wars, power struggles, and the misuse of technology, does its story serve as a warning for our modern world? Did Mo's sages leave messages urging us not to repeat their mistakes? Are today's global power struggles mirroring Mo's final days? Like Mo, are we on the brink of destruction due to our own technological advancements and internal conflicts? Perhaps Mo's story is not just about the past but a reflection of our future. And if we truly understand the collapse of Mo, could this knowledge help prevent humanity from making the same mistakes again? The guardians of Mo's knowledge, keepers of ancient teachings. The lost continent of Mu may have disappeared thousands of years ago, but did its wisdom truly vanish? Or did the sages of Mu foresee its destruction and entrust its sacred knowledge to a select group for safekeeping? Throughout history, secret brotherhoods, spiritual orders, and esoteric societies have claimed to preserve ancient wisdom. Could these groups be the chosen guardians of Mu's lost legacy? If Mu's sages concealed their knowledge before their civilization collapsed, could this wisdom still be preserved by certain groups today? And more importantly, could rediscovering this knowledge change the course of humanity? Who preserved Mu's knowledge? Did Mu's teachings spread across different civilizations after its downfall? If the survivors of Mu migrated to new lands, where did they hide their knowledge? And who did they entrust it to? Some theories suggest that Mu's legacy has been preserved by Tibetan masters and hidden monasteries. Ancient Tibetan texts mention knowledge from a sunken land and sages who came from across the seas. Did Mu's spiritual leaders flee to the Himalayas, where they built hidden monasteries to protect their wisdom? Could Tibetan monks' advanced meditation techniques originate from Mu's lost spiritual teachings? Mayan and Incan priests. The Maya and Inca civilizations claim their ancestors were great teachers who came from across the ocean. Could the survivors of Mu have passed down their knowledge through sacred temples and pyramids in South America? Is the Mayan calendar actually based on Mu's advanced astronomical knowledge? Egyptian priests and Hermetic wisdom. Some ancient Egyptian texts suggest that Mu's wisdom was preserved by secret priesthoods. Were Hermetic teachings a continuation of Mu's scientific and spiritual knowledge? Were the Great Pyramids designed to preserve Mu's ancient wisdom for future generations? If Mu's knowledge truly survived within these cultures, could it one day be fully uncovered? And if so, how would that change humanity's future? The lost books and hidden inscriptions of Mu. Did Mu's sages record their wisdom on stone tablets, golden plates, or secret manuscripts before their civilization was lost? Some esoteric sources claim that Mu's teachings were scattered across the world to be rediscovered when humanity was ready. Where might these lost texts be hidden? Could Mu's forgotten teachings be locked away in forbidden monasteries in Tibet? Are there classified documents in the Vatican archives that contain knowledge about Mu? Could underground caves or structures deep in the ocean hold undiscovered inscriptions? If Mu's sages safeguarded their knowledge, what symbols and codes did they use? And if one day these records are found, Could they completely rewrite human history? Did the bloodline of Mu's sages survive? Did Mu's people completely disappear? Or did some of them survive and form secret societies dedicated to protecting their ancient knowledge? Some theories suggest that descendants of Mu still exist today. Are Tibetan monks the last keepers of Mu's spiritual knowledge? Do some indigenous tribes in South America descend from Mu's lost survivors? Could modern esoteric orders and secret brotherhoods be the new protectors of Mu's sacred teachings? If Mu's descendants still exist, what knowledge could they offer the world? And if their ancient wisdom is revealed, could it reshape humanity's future? Is Mu's legacy resurfacing? Recent archaeological discoveries suggest that Mu may be more than just a legend. Have submerged ruins in the Pacific Ocean been identified as remnants of Mu? Is modern science beginning to uncover Mu's lost knowledge? Can ancient texts be validated through modern technology? Perhaps the sages of Mu knew that one day humanity would be ready to rediscover their wisdom, and perhaps we are the generation witnessing the unveiling of this great mystery. If Mu's knowledge is fully revealed one day, could this mark the beginning of a new golden age for humanity? The secret rituals of Mu and spiritual awakening techniques. Mu was not just a physical civilization. It was also a society that had possibly reached higher levels of spiritual and cognitive evolution. Did the sages of Mu develop special rituals and consciousness-expanding techniques to surpass the limits of human perception and live in harmony with the universe? Many ancient teachings still contain meditation, energy work, and consciousness-raising techniques. Could these originate from Mu's lost wisdom? If Mu was truly a spiritually advanced civilization, are its sacred rituals still being preserved by certain groups today? And more importantly, can we learn these ancient rituals to elevate our consciousness? The mystery behind Mu's rituals. Did the sages of Mu interact not only with the physical world, but also with higher energies beyond human perception? Some esoteric traditions claim that Mu developed powerful rituals designed to expand human consciousness, connect with higher dimensions, align with universal energy. What types of spiritual practices did Mu's people use? Sacred mantras and sound frequencies. Did Mu's sages know that certain sound vibrations could alter consciousness? Do Tibetan mantras originate from Mu's ancient vibrational techniques? Were temple chants used to connect with universal energies? Crystals and energy fields. Did Mu's civilization harness the power of crystals to store and direct energy? Were sacred stones and minerals placed in temples to enhance consciousness? Could modern crystal healing practices be a remnant of Mu's lost medical knowledge? Astral projection and higher dimensional journeys. Did Mu's sages master the ability to leave their physical bodies and explore higher realms? Could astral travel techniques be a legacy from Mu's people? Are visions experienced in deep meditation a result of ancient Mu rituals? If these rituals were truly part of Mu's spiritual system, could they be rediscovered today? And if we practice them, can we achieve the same high levels of consciousness as Mu's sages? The hidden ceremonies of Mu's temples. Did Mu's priesthood perform sacred ceremonies inside temples to expand consciousness and access universal wisdom? Even today, some ancient temples around the world contain mysterious rooms and symbols whose purpose remains unknown. Could they be connected to Mu's lost spiritual practices? Were special chambers inside pyramids used for consciousness-expanding rituals? Were circular stone structures designed to amplify energy? Were underground temples used as isolated spaces for deep spiritual work? If Mu's sages truly performed these rituals, what was their ultimate purpose? And if we unlock their secrets, could human consciousness evolve to new heights? Mu's consciousness transformation and the evolution of humanity. Were Mu's rituals just traditions, or were they designed to trigger human evolution? Some spiritual practices still in use today may be fragments of Mu's lost wisdom, chakra work and energy healing, lucid dreaming techniques, meditation systems that enhance self-awareness. Did Mu's sages intentionally create techniques to unlock the full potential of the human mind? And if we reclaim this knowledge, could it change humanity's future? Are Mu's rituals still being practiced today? Some esoteric societies and spiritual groups may still be guarding Mu's lost teachings. Could secret brotherhoods be preserving Mu's consciousness-expanding techniques? Do modern spiritual movements draw inspiration from Mu's ancient rituals? If Mu's rituals were rediscovered, could they spark a mass awakening of human consciousness? If Mu's sages were to return one day, how would their teachings transform our world? And if we remember these sacred practices, could humanity enter a new era of enlightenment based on Mu's lost wisdom? The sacred symbols of Mos and its encrypted messages. Did the sages of Mos encode their ancient wisdom into symbols and sacred signs instead of written records? All over the world, ancient symbols with unknown meanings continue to puzzle researchers. Could these be the lost codes of Mos' ancient language? If the people of Mos did not carve their knowledge solely into books or stones, where did they hide their wisdom? And more importantly, if we decode these symbols, can we rediscover the true knowledge of Mos, the symbolic language of Mos, the universal code? Did the civilization of Mos see language as more than just words? Some esoteric traditions suggest that Mos sages understood the universe through symbols, sacred geometry, and energetic codes. According to these theories, Mos symbols were cosmic codes that could harness the energy of the universe, forms that could elevate human consciousness to a higher frequency, messages encrypted within sacred sites, waiting to be deciphered. If Mos' entire language was built on symbols, could the one who unlocks these codes also unravel the true history of humanity? Are Mos symbols found across the world? Many ancient civilizations used mysterious symbols whose origins remain unknown. Could they have been inherited from Mos? For example, the Ankh symbol of Egypt. Does it originate from Mos' knowledge of life energy? The spirals and sun symbols in Maya calendars, are they ancient marks from Mos civilization? Chinese and Japanese characters, could some of them still retain traces of Mos' lost language? Animal figures and markings at Göbekli Tepe, are they carrying the wisdom codes of Mos? If these symbols truly came from Mos, could we decode them to rediscover its lost wisdom? Mos' sacred geometry and energy fields. Did Mos sages not only use symbols, but also harness the power of sacred geometry to channel energy? Some geometric forms that are considered sacred today might have originated from Mos' lost knowledge. Were pyramids built based on Mos' sacred geometry? Are mandalas and energy patterns remnants of Mos engineering? Is the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence a reflection of Mos' universal mathematics? If Mos sages understood the laws of sacred geometry, could this knowledge still be preserved by certain groups today? And if we rediscover this geometric wisdom, can we unlock the true laws of the universe? Mos' encrypted messages, did they leave a legacy for us? Some theories suggest that Mos sages left behind a message for humanity, but encoded it in symbols so only those ready could understand it. Where might this message be hidden? Within the columns of ancient temples, in the rituals of secret societies, embedded deep in humanity's collective subconscious. If Mos sages believed that future generations would one day unlock their knowledge, are we getting closer to decoding these mysteries? And if these encrypted messages are finally deciphered, could humanity recover Mos' lost wisdom and experience a great awakening? The lost time measurement methods and cosmic calendars of Mu. Did the sages of Mu study not only astronomy and energy, but also the true nature of time? Modern calendars measure days, months, and years, but some ancient civilizations believed that time was cyclical, flowing according to the grand rhythms of the universe. Could Mu's sages have perceived time differently than we do today? If so, could Mu's lost calendar systems and time measurement techniques have survived to the present day? And more importantly, if we rediscover these ancient methods, can we finally understand the true nature of time? Mu's perception of time, linear or cyclical. Modern society views time as a straight line with a beginning and an end. However, many ancient civilizations believed that time was cyclical, repeating in great cosmic cycles. Could Mu's sages have realized that time was not just a measurement system, but an energy cycle? Were Mu's calendars based on galactic cycles? Did they track great cosmic ages and planetary rhythms? Are we measuring time incorrectly? If Mu's concept of time was completely different from ours, why has modern science ignored this knowledge? And if we can truly understand time, could human consciousness evolve to a higher level? The lost calendars of Mu, did the Maya, Egypt, and others inherit them? Did Mu's sages develop sophisticated timekeeping systems? Some researchers suggest that the Mayan calendar might be a continuation of Mu's lost cosmic time system. Could the Maya calendar be an ancient system inherited from Mu? Did Egyptian time calculations originate from Mu's knowledge? Are the Yuga cycles in Hindu Vedas a reflection of Mu's understanding of time? If these calendars truly came from Mu, what does that mean for humanity? And if Mu's lost time systems are fully decoded, could that change the course of human history? Mu's prophetic cycles, did they see the future? Some esoteric sources claim that Mu's sages understood both the past and the future. If Mu's civilization knew that time was cyclical, could they have foreseen great events before they happened? Did Mu's calendars predict major global shifts? Were disasters, rising and falling civilizations, and great cosmic transitions pre-recorded in their time system? If these cycles are real, where are we now in this grand timeline? If Mu's sages saw the future, could their warnings still be hidden somewhere today? And if we fully understand these cosmic cycles, can we alter the future? Time travel and dimensional access. Did Mu's sages unlock the secrets? Some theories suggest that Mu's sages not only measured time, but also learned how to move through it. Did Mu's priests travel through time, using consciousness alone? Was foresight and prophecy part of Mu's advanced spiritual knowledge? Did understanding time structure allow them to shift between dimensions? If Mu's sages truly had the ability to move through time, could this knowledge be preserved by secret groups today? And if one day these secrets are fully revealed, could understanding the true nature of time launch humanity into a new era? The Golden Age of Mu, the brightest era of the lost civilization. Throughout history, Mu has been described as a highly advanced civilization. However, most discussions focus on its destruction and disappearance. But what about its peak, its greatest era? Could Mu have truly experienced a golden age for humanity? If so, what advancements did they achieve? And if Mu reached the highest levels of wisdom and consciousness, can we reach that level again? When did Mu's golden age begin? Esoteric sources suggest that Mu thrived for thousands of years as one of the most advanced and harmonious civilizations on Earth. But how did Mu's golden age begin? Did Mu's people focus on both wisdom and science simultaneously? Were Mu's temples, artworks, and cities far more advanced than anything today? Did Mu's exist without war, living in peace with the entire world? If Mu truly achieved the highest level of human consciousness, how can we bring their achievements into the present? The advanced social and spiritual system of Mu's civilization did not just focus on material progress, but developed a system that elevated both technology and consciousness. Some esoteric theories claim that Mu's society was deeply connected with nature, energy, and the laws of consciousness. Did Mu have a hierarchy, or was it an egalitarian society? Was spiritual wisdom shared with all, or only a chosen class? Was Mu's social structure far more harmonious than today's societies? If Mu truly created a balanced civilization that blended science and spirituality, why can't we do the same today? And what was the secret of this system? The great scientific and technological breakthroughs of Mu. Could Mu's people have known certain scientific truths thousands of years before modern discoveries? Some researchers suggest that Mu had advanced energy technologies, anti-gravity mastery, and a deep understanding of nature's power. Were Mu's cities built in perfect harmony with nature? Did Mu use energy crystals to create unlimited power? Could Mu's people manipulate magnetic fields to levitate massive stones? If Mu's lost scientific secrets were rediscovered today, could the modern world experience an energy revolution? Mu's mastery of art, architecture, and aesthetics, Mu's golden age, may not have only been a peak in science and consciousness, but also in art and architecture. Even today, some ancient structures demonstrate incredible engineering techniques. If Mu truly reached its highest state, could their art and aesthetics have been far beyond anything we know? Were Mu's temples designed as resonance centers to amplify energy? Did their artworks serve as tools for consciousness expansion, not just decoration? Was sacred geometry and the golden ratio the foundation of Mu's artistic vision? If Mu's art was a tool for elevating human consciousness, how did this knowledge disappear? And if we rediscover it, could art once again elevate human awareness? Why did Mu's golden age end? If Mu truly reached a great level of knowledge and wisdom, why did its golden age come to an end? Some theories suggest that Mu's wisdom was corrupted over time, leading to internal divisions. Did Mu's sages experience a deep ideological split? Did they misuse their technology, triggering their own destruction? Was an external force responsible for their downfall? If Mu collapsed due to a loss of consciousness, could this be a warning for us? And if Mu's golden age could return someday, could we be the generation to witness the next great awakening? The lost treasure of Mu, hidden wealth, and secret relics. Mu is not only legendary for its wisdom and spiritual teachings, but also for the immense wealth it may have possessed. But was Mu's treasure real? If Mu was one of the greatest civilizations of the ancient world, wouldn't it have held vast reserves of gold, precious stones, crystals, and advanced artifacts? Was Mu's treasure merely material wealth, or did it hide a far greater secret? And if this treasure still exists somewhere, why has it never been found? Mu's wealth, myth, or reality? Legends suggest that Mu was not just a spiritual society, but a civilization that possessed advanced mining and metalworking technology. Did Mu's people use gold and gemstones for decoration, or did they serve as energy sources? Were advanced crystal technologies part of Mu's great treasure? Do Mu's lost cities still hide underground treasures waiting to be discovered? If Mu's treasure is real, could it still be hidden somewhere, waiting for the right moment to be revealed? And if this treasure is found, will it be just a material gain, or will it uncover a world-changing secret? Mu's mysterious crystals, the true source of power. Some theories suggest that Mu's greatest treasure was not gold or jewels, but crystals. Did Mu's sages discover the energy storing and amplifying properties of crystals? Were these crystals used as advanced energy sources? Were the massive crystals in Mu's temples designed for spiritual connection? Could areas like the Bermuda Triangle contain remnants of Mu's lost energy crystals? If Mu's true treasure was these mysterious crystals, why has this knowledge been hidden? And if Mu's energy crystals are rediscovered, could humanity experience a new energy revolution? The lost golden cities of Mu. Some legends claim that Mu's greatest relics were not at the bottom of the ocean, but hidden in underground cities. Was Mu's treasure not lost beneath the waves, but stored deep within hidden caves? Do mysterious Himalayan caves hold Mu's golden temples? Could the legend of El Dorado be a trace left by Mu's survivors? If Mu's lost cities still exist, and they contain both treasure and knowledge, how can we find them? Who controls Mu's treasure? If Mu possessed vast wealth, could its entire fortune have truly disappeared? Some esoteric theories suggest that survivors of Mu's fall may have carried part of its treasure to secret locations, passing it down through generations. Is Mu's treasure protected by secret societies? Are certain royal families using wealth that originated from Mu? Could the Vatican hold lost knowledge and artifacts from Mu? If Mu's treasure is controlled by a hidden elite, why is this knowledge being suppressed? And if this treasure is finally revealed, how will humanity be affected? The search for Mu's treasure. Has the quest already begun? Even today, explorers and researchers are searching for the lost treasures of Mu. Have traces of lost cities been found in the depths of the Pacific Ocean? Do seabed anomalies point to sunken structures from Mu? Are ancient caves and inscriptions leading us to Mu's hidden wealth? If Mu's treasure is ever fully uncovered, how will this discovery reshape human history? And if this treasure is not just gold or jewels, could it contain the greatest secret of Mu's lost wisdom? The lost books of Mu, forbidden knowledge, and hidden teachings. Mu was not only an advanced civilization in terms of spirituality and science, but it may have also developed a systematic way of preserving and transmitting knowledge. If Mu was truly one of the greatest civilizations in human history, wouldn't it have left behind sacred books and records containing its wisdom? Where are these books? Did Mu's sages preserve their teachings for the future? And if so, how? And if this forbidden knowledge is fully uncovered one day, how could it change human history? Was Mu's wisdom inscribed in books? Some esoteric sources suggest that Mu's sages left behind sacred writings, carefully preserved by select groups throughout history. Did Mu's lost scriptures spread to different civilizations around the world? Could ancient texts found in Tibet, Egypt, South America, and the Pacific Islands be remnants of Mu's wisdom? Do secret societies hold books containing Mu's hidden knowledge? If Mu's wisdom was indeed recorded in books, why has this knowledge been kept hidden from the public? And if we decipher these texts today, how would they reshape humanity's future? Where are Mu's lost sacred texts hidden? There are many theories suggesting that Mu's sages deliberately dispersed their sacred writings across different parts of the world to ensure their survival. Some researchers believe Mu's ancient texts may be hidden in these locations. Tibetan monasteries. Could ancient Buddhist monasteries in the Himalayas hold writings from Mu's lost civilization? Have Tibetan monks preserved Mu's wisdom for generations? The Vatican's secret archives. Does the Vatican possess forbidden knowledge from Mu? Could Mu's teachings be hidden in pre-Christian sacred texts? Underground caves in South America. Could Ecuador's Teos caves contain metal books with Mu's wisdom? Is the legend of El Dorado actually a reference to Mu's lost libraries, underwater libraries? Before Mu collapsed, did its sages store knowledge in waterproof stone tablets and metal plates? Could the Yonaguni Monument and other underwater ruins be remnants of Mu's ancient libraries? If these sacred texts are truly hidden in secret archives, caves, or submerged temples? How would their discovery transform human history? Why was Mu's forbidden knowledge hidden? If Mu possessed such advanced knowledge, why hasn't it survived in modern history? Some theories suggest that Mu's wisdom was deliberately concealed, or even banned. Was Mu's knowledge too powerful to be controlled? Did major empires suppress Mu's teachings to maintain their own power? Was Mu's wisdom destroyed because it conflicted with modern science and religion? If Mu's teachings were intentionally hidden, how would revealing them lead to a revolution? And if Mu's forbidden books were uncovered, could they completely rewrite human history? Can Mu's knowledge be rediscovered? Today, many researchers, spiritual leaders, and archaeologists are working to recover Mu's lost wisdom. Can deep-sea explorations uncover Mu's stone tablets? Will new archaeological discoveries bring Mu's forbidden books to light? Are modern esoteric societies secretly preserving Mu's knowledge in encrypted texts? If Mu's wisdom is still hidden somewhere, how close are we to unlocking its secrets? And if these forbidden texts are fully revealed, could humanity enter a new age of consciousness guided by Mu's lost wisdom? The Forgotten Temple of Mo and the Last Guardians. The whispers of the wind merged with the echoes of the waves, telling a story that had been buried for millennia. With the disappearance of the lost continent of Mo, it seemed as though all of its wisdom had also been swallowed by the sea. But one legend remained, a tale passed down through generations. It was said that Mo's greatest treasure was not stored in chests of gold, but in a sacred temple, hidden away for the day humanity would be ready to reclaim it. This temple, according to the legend, was built by Mo's sages in their final moments. Before the great cataclysm, they gathered their most sacred texts, crystalline artifacts, and sealed scrolls, securing them within an unknown sanctuary. And there, the last guardians of Mo began their eternal vigil, waiting for the time when the world would be ready to rediscover its lost wisdom. The search for the lost temple. Over time, the story of this hidden temple became an enigma, a mystery shrouded in secrecy. Some believed it lay submerged beneath the ocean, preserved as an underwater city. Others claimed that remote societies, isolated from the modern world, had safeguarded its secrets, passing them down through the generations. Sailors whispered of strange stone structures beneath the waves, glimpsed in the depths of the most desolate parts of the ocean. Some spoke of a radiant glow, a light that shimmered from beneath the water's surface at night. Could this glow be the energy of Mo's lost temple? Meanwhile, high in the Tibetan mountains, ancient scrolls were discovered by monks, containing references to wisdom submerged beneath the waters. These texts described how Mo's last priests had sealed their knowledge within a temple just before the Great Flood. But they also stated that this temple could not be found by ordinary eyes. Only those with an awakened mind could perceive it. Was this merely a metaphor, or did it mean that the temple could only be accessed by those who had reached a certain level of spiritual awareness? The last guardians and the secret of the temple. According to legend, those who protected Mo's temple came to be known as the last guardians. Their mission was clear: to keep the temple sealed until humanity was ready for its knowledge. Some ancient texts suggest that these guardians were not ordinary people. They were said to live for centuries, carrying within them the full memory of the past. Were they descendants of Mo's high priests, or were they something beyond human, protectors of a greater cosmic order? Throughout history, many have sought Mo's hidden temple: explorers, sailors, archaeologists, even secret societies, but none have succeeded in finding it. The legend insists that the temple would only reveal itself to those with pure intentions, and perhaps that is why Mo's wisdom remains hidden from the world. Who is searching for Mo's temple today? Even in modern times, there are those who continue the hunt for Mo's lost temple, marine researchers are investigating unusual underwater anomalies. Scholars are decoding ancient texts for hidden references. Mystics and seekers believe that the temple can only be found through spiritual awakening rather than physical exploration. But the real question is this: are those searching for Mo's wisdom truly ready to face its guardians? Because if the legends are true, then Mo's sages are not merely observing from afar. They may still be actively ensuring that their knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands. And perhaps, one day, when humanity is truly ready, the lost temple of Mo will open its gates once more, revealing the forgotten wisdom of an ancient world. The last king of Mo and his struggle to save the continent. The waves rose toward the sky, and the ground split apart. The great cities of Mo were swallowed one by one. People rushed to the temples in panic, while the sages did everything in their power to preserve the last sacred writings. But amidst the chaos, one man still fought to find a way to save the continent, Mo's last king. He was not just a ruler, but a bearer of wisdom, justice, and spiritual power. His people looked to him as if he were a guide sent from the heavens. But now, facing Mo's greatest catastrophe, he had to risk everything to save his kingdom. Yet time was running out. The prophecy of the last king Mo's ancient priests had foreseen this moment long ago. They spoke of a prophecy: if the harmony within the people was lost, nature itself would turn against them. When the balance between mind and heart was broken, Mo's great wisdom would be doomed to vanish. The last king remembered this prophecy. Perhaps Mo's downfall was not just a natural disaster, but a result of his people straying from wisdom. But was there still a chance to prevent the inevitable? The sages told him of a sacred underground temple hidden deep within the continent. Inside, ancient knowledge and crystal energies were said to hold the power to restore balance, perhaps even to stop the catastrophe. However, only a heart free of corruption could unlock its secrets. And so, Mo's last king embarked on his final journey, a desperate race against time. A quest in the midst of disaster. The sky darkened, the ocean waves rose like mountains, and the cities crumbled into the sea. As the world around them collapsed, the king and his most loyal sages pushed forward, determined to reach the hidden temple, but their path was treacherous. The ground split beneath their feet, earthquakes sealed passageways, forcing them to take alternate routes. Even the ancient energy stones, which once protected Mo, failed against the destruction. When they finally reached the temple, a massive flash of light illuminated the sky. The remaining sages turned to the king. He alone had to enter. Inside, he was met with a whisper that only true leaders could hear, a voice from the first kings of Mo. Your power is not in nature, but in the hearts of your people. If they stray from wisdom, no force in the universe can save them. The king's heart sank as he realized the true cause of Mo's destruction. It was not just a natural disaster, but a consequence of his people losing their inner balance. At that moment, the sacred crystals within the temple began to hum, glowing with an ethereal energy. These crystals would record the final moments of Mo, preserving its knowledge for the future. If humanity ever rediscovered them, they could learn from Mo's mistakes and start a new golden age. The last night of Mo, with time slipping away, the king and his sages sealed the knowledge within the temple and made one final attempt to escape. Some managed to flee, others remained trapped within the temple, accepting their fate as guardians of Mo's wisdom. Then, the oceans consumed the land. The continent of Mo was swallowed by the depths, its tallest towers disappearing beneath the waves. Yet something remained, deep beneath the ocean, hidden within the lost temple. The sacred crystals and sealed scrolls of Mo still waited, waiting for the day when humanity would be ready to rediscover the truth. And perhaps we are the generation that stands closest to uncovering that forgotten wisdom. The last exodus of Mu, the journey of the sages to a new world. As Mu's final days approached, the sky darkened, the earth trembled, and the great ocean rose to reclaim the land. The sages of Mu, knowing that the catastrophe was inevitable, searched desperately for a way to preserve their ancient wisdom and traditions. The oldest priests and scholars of Mu understood that allowing everything to sink into the sea would mean the end of thousands of years of accumulated knowledge. And so the wisest among them made a choice not to flee, but to embark on an exodus, ensuring that Mu's knowledge would survive the path shown by the stars. For centuries, Mu's sages had studied the stars, reading their messages and following their movements. They believed that the cosmos itself would guide them to their new home. Shortly before the Great Flood, one of the oldest priests climbed to the highest temple, gazing upon the heavens, and there in the sky, he saw a mysterious alignment. When the sun aligns with Orion's belt, know that the land we seek lies in that direction. This was their sign. The people of Mu understood that their salvation lay to the east, and so Mu's wisest leaders gathered their sacred texts, their crystal artifacts, and their spiritual knowledge, preparing for a great journey into the unknown. The ships of Mu, from the lost continent to new lands. When the final catastrophe arrived, Mu's priests and sages boarded massive wooden ships, departing from the eastern shores of the continent. These were no ordinary vessels. They were engineered with Mu's advanced knowledge, built to withstand powerful waves and navigate the ocean currents with precision. With them, they carried ancient rituals, sealed stone tablets, crystals holding the essence of Mu's spiritual knowledge, sacred relics that contained the lost wisdom of their civilization. As they sailed through violent storms and towering waves, some perished at sea, while others reached unknown lands. But those who survived succeeded in planting the seeds of Mu's wisdom in distant lands. Where did the legacy of Mu reach? Over time, the descendants of Mu's exiles spread across new continents. Legends say that wherever they settled, they planted the wisdom of Mu like a seed, shaping the civilizations that would follow. Could we still see traces of Mu's influence in the ancient world today? Did the Maya and Aztec civilizations emerge from the descendants of Mu? Were the first Egyptian priests actually the last sages of Mu? Do India's Vedic traditions carry the echoes of Mu's lost teachings? Did the Tibetan esoteric practices originate from Mu's ancient priesthood? If the sages of Mu truly dispersed across the world, could we today follow the trail they left behind? And if Mu's wisdom still survives, could it lead humanity back to an age of enlightenment? The Lost Princess of Mu and the continuation of a forgotten bloodline. As Mu's final days unfolded, the ocean roared in fury, the land cracked apart, and the sky was cloaked in darkness. People, desperate and afraid, fled to the temples, seeking refuge from the inevitable destruction. Yet, among the chaos, a different fate was being woven for one of Mu's most sacred bloodlines. According to legend, Mu's last king had no son. Instead, the entire wisdom and royal lineage was left in the hands of a young princess. But her destiny was not to rule from a throne or lead an army. Her mission was far greater. She was meant to carry Mu's knowledge and spirit to new lands, ensuring that its wisdom would never be lost. Thus, the lost princess of Mu embarked on a journey that would become one of history's greatest mysteries. The escape of the princess, a last attempt to preserve the bloodline. When the king realized that the fall of Mu was inevitable, he entrusted his daughter to one of his most loyal priests. She was not just a princess, She was the living embodiment of Mu's spiritual legacy, connected to the ancient energy channels of her people. On the last night, inside Mu's holiest temple, a great ritual was performed. The priests gathered in a sacred chamber, surrounding the princess with glowing crystals. Using ancient knowledge, they created a seal that would carry Mu's energy into the future. Upon the princess's forehead, they inscribed a sacred symbol, a mark that held the wisdom of Mu, binding her to a destiny beyond time. This marked her fate. She would carry this knowledge until humanity was ready to awaken. As the sky shattered and the waves rose, the princess, along with her guardian priests, escaped with Mu's most sacred texts, artifacts, and crystals. The last ships of Mu set sail, carrying the secrets of an entire civilization to a new world. Where did the bloodline of Mu go? Legends say that Mu's lost princess and her guardians preserved the sacred knowledge so that one day humanity could rise again. But where did they go? Were the Maya queens descended from the lost princess of Mu? Did the pharaohs of Egypt inherit the wisdom of Mu's royal bloodline? In the Vedic texts, are the kings who came from the skies truly the last remnants of Mu? Some ancient texts speak of a sacred lineage that migrated across the earth. Could they have hidden themselves, waiting until the world was ready for their return? Then if Mu's bloodline still exists among us, why have they stayed hidden for so long? And more importantly, when will they return? The awakening of Mu, the return of lost knowledge. For thousands of years, the stories of Mu have been told as mere legends. The existence of the lost continent, its wisdom, and its true impact on humanity have been debated and questioned. But now, the world is on the verge of a great transformation, and perhaps the knowledge of Mu is rising once more. Signs emerging from the depths of the earth. In recent years, new discoveries suggest that Mu was not just a myth, but a real civilization of immense knowledge and power. Massive stone structures have been found deep in the Pacific Ocean. Ancient inscriptions contain hidden codes that may reference Mu's existence. Similar symbols, traditions, and myths are emerging from cultures across the globe. Could it be that Mu is being remembered once again? Is it time to reclaim the wisdom of Mu? If Mu's ancient sages foresaw a time when humanity would once again awaken and reclaim its lost knowledge, could that time be now? If the secrets of Mu are revealed, what does this mean for humanity? Will it spark a new scientific revolution? Could it transform the world's energy systems? Will the human mind finally unlock its lost potential? And perhaps the greatest question of all, could the return of Mu reveal the greatest mystery of human history? Because maybe Mu was never truly lost. It was simply waiting for the day we were ready to awaken. The Call of Mu, a message for the future deep beneath the ocean. A legacy waits in silence, a knowledge that seemed forgotten for thousands of years, yet was never truly lost. Was the fall of Mu an ending, or was it the first step toward a new beginning? The legends have always told us the sages of Mu knew that one day humanity would awaken once again. Wisdom can never be completely destroyed. It is only hidden until the right time arrives. And now, perhaps the time has come to ask the question, is the moment of remembering finally here? Truths hidden beneath the waves. If we look at the origins of the world's oldest civilizations, we find clues, connections that seem too precise to be mere coincidence. Across different continents, in different languages, we find symbols, traditions, and myths that carry the same message. It's as if someone carefully hid this knowledge, waiting for us to remember. But the Call of Mu is not just a message from the past, it is a prophecy for the future. The final message of Mu, the key left for humanity. Ancient texts tell of a prophecy left behind by Mu's last sages. Knowledge will rise again, in the hands of those who live in harmony with nature. Was this a prophecy, or was it a warning left behind for those who would come after? If this message is true, then perhaps the people of Mu were speaking to us long ago. And if we finally hear their call, could we bring Mu's wisdom back to life? The spirit of Mu can never be lost. Mu may have vanished physically, but its spirit and knowledge may still exist somewhere. Is it hidden in a lost temple beneath the ocean? Is it encoded in ancient manuscripts and forgotten symbols, or could it be secretly preserved within our own DNA? If Mu was more than just a continent, if it was a state of consciousness, then maybe its return is not about finding a place on a map, but about humanity awakening from within. Will we return to Mu one day? Perhaps Mu never truly disappeared. Perhaps it was us who forgot its existence. But if one day a new humanity emerges, one that lives in harmony with nature, that has reclaimed its lost wisdom, and that has returned to its true self, then on that day, Mu will have truly returned. And perhaps then, we too will finally find our way back home, back to Mu.